This is the Bulldog Sports TV pregame show, sponsored by Green Hills Insurance of Bethany. If you need it insured, they've got you covered. Now let's head out to the ball game.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat here, live from Bethany Memorial Stadium. So we get ready, Andrew, for another Grand River Conference matchup. And it's been a few weeks since South Harrison has had a game where they had to play all four quarters, where they had to make sure they're showing up from the beginning. And so the schedule tightens up a little tonight as South Harrison comes in 5-1, Brookfield 5-1, and Brookfield coming off a big win over Gallatin last week. And really, in the conference, Putnam County sits on top undefeated. South Harrison, Gallatin, Brookfield were those three teams right behind them. And so it'll be interesting to see how South Harrison comes out tonight after not being tested the last couple weeks with big wins.
Yeah, big night tonight. Battle of the Bulldogs here in Bethany. Like you said, we've had a few cakewalks the past 3 weeks. The team really just played really well. It's not really that the teams they played themselves were terrible. South Harrison really has been on a roll. Only other game we've had this year that has been close-ish was that Putnam County game where they ended up beating us 28-14. So the one game that we had that talent was pretty close, they did beat us in the end. So it'll be interesting to see how we approach this game, see if the game plan is the same as it has been the past few weeks. I know their starting quarterback, Brookfield, was injured last week.
Again, watching warm-ups, so that was number 15, Phoenix Jordan, who's a junior. He's dressed out. He went through warm-ups tonight.
Yeah.
And I got a chance to see him over in the Jamboree in Unionville, Putnam County. He throws the ball really well. He's long. He's athletic. He doesn't run as much. Last week with him out against Gallatin, their quarterback, they ran the ball a lot more. So South Harrison, practice-wise, and that's got to be hard to prepare for. You don't know, are we preparing for a quarterback that'll throw it? Are we preparing for a quarterback that'll run it? What are we looking at? And so it'll be interesting. I did notice he does have a brace on that left knee, but he did go through all the warm-ups and everything. And so we'll see if we see him out there. Again, he's dressed out and with the team. And South Harrison, I guess, will just have to wait on that.
Yep.
And if he's out there, Andrew, we've seen it this year, if there's one kink in the armor or chink in the armor, right, of South Harrison defensively, sometimes it's been a big pass play.
Yeah.
They've defended the pass fairly well at times, but sometimes they struggle with that big pass. Getting ready for the national anthem here on the Green Hills Insurance pregame show. We'll go ahead and step away as well. Be back for more after this.
Green Hills Insurance, LLC of Bethany is a locally owned and operated independent insurance agency providing coverage since 1996. They're licensed to operate in Missouri, Iowa, and Kansas, offering competitive rates with top carriers. They can insure a wide variety of risks, including home, farm, auto, boats, RVs, equipment, business owners, commercial buildings, bonds, and more. Located on the south side of the square in Bethany, stop by or give them a call at 660-425-7900. At Green Hills Insurance, if you need it insured, they've got you covered.
Hi, this is Rhonda from Little Clara's Garden. Bulldog fans, nothing says victory like the beauty of fresh flowers. Little Clara's Garden is your hometown flower shop, proudly supporting the South Harrison Bulldogs. From game day spirit bouquets, balloons, and gifts for every occasion, we've got the perfect gift to brighten your day. Stop by Little Clara's Garden, where every arrangement is made with love, just like our Bulldogs play with heart. Little Clara's Garden, growing community, one bouquet at a time.
Bethany Building Center is your locally owned source for quality building supplies, lumber, hardware, plumbing, and electrical needs. Whether you're starting new construction, tackling a remodel, or putting up a pole barn or shed, our team is here to help. We're proud to carry a full line of steel power equipment, including trimmers, chainsaws, and pressure washers, as well as trusted power tools from top brands like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Bethany Building Center, everything for the builder and the do-it-yourselfer.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here after we get the national anthem performed by South Harrison choir members. And so, Andrew, we talked about the one area, South Harrison, and they haven't necessarily struggled against the pass. They've defended the pass. They've got pressure on the quarterback. but it seems like they're for 3 or 4 games, it's just been one pass play in each of those games made a difference. And so South Harrison, I think, will have to make sure they're able to stop the pass. But then offensively, we know what South Harrison wants to do. They want to establish the run.
Yeah, the run game is their bread and butter for sure. If they don't have the run game, if Brookfield is able to stop Craig Coffey, I know that's a tough task to do. It could be a dangerous situation for South Harrison. We've seen they can throw the football. Jet Cornett's really grown into that position throughout the year. But you really just want, you're really hoping Galloway, Coffey can consistently, keep on doing what they've been doing all year long. Going back to that Putnam game, the only game they lost, they were able to slow down the South Harrison run game. But like you said, on defense, there's been like one pass play each game, or else we probably would have had a couple shutouts this year. It's just like kind of one play. I'm sure coaches were griping on them all week. You have to be ready every play, especially, those plays where it's like 10 seconds left before half. It always seems to be those plays that you get scored on. But, this is a good secondary, and they can stop this pass game for sure.
It's also, so tonight, senior night, and we'll check the coin flip here. Looks like South Harrison won, and they're going to go ahead. They want the ball. And so I think they're going to want to establish that run game. And so as we continue here on the Green Hills Insurance pregame show, we want to check the offense for South Harrison. So along that offensive line, you've got Ethan Smith at tackle, Nick Mars at guard, Tegan Alexander is your center, Joel McCall at the other guard spot, Ruger Johnson at tackle, Gage Barclay in at tight end, then wide receiver Kel Taggart. Your 2 running backs, Craig Coffey, Mason Galloway, Jet Cornett there at quarterback, and then your wing back, they share that between Camden Eckerson and Brendan Hoover. We'll go ahead and take a look. Defensive stars as well along the defensive line, Mason Galloway, Gage Barclay out at those outside linebacker spots. Defensive ends, Ethan Smith, Nick Mars, Ruger Johnson at D tackle, as well as Joel McCall. Kel Taggart there at a corner spot. Case Morgan at linebacker, inside linebacker with Craig Coffey, and Trevor Henry at safety, Jet Cornett at the other corner spot. So we appreciate you being with us for the Green Hills Insurance pregame show, and we'll get ready for kickoff. And Andrew, South Harrison, I'm trying to think, they haven't won a whole lot of tosses this year.
Yeah.
And I think getting the ball here, senior night, your last scheduled home game, you want to see if you can come out and be physical and establish this run here.
Yeah, and we've heard Coach Schoening say, kind of like he did when I played, he always lets the players choose kind of based how they're feeling, if they want to go out there and think maybe defense is the best way to go. But tonight, senior night, they're ready to march down the field and score a touchdown. So we'll get this game started here. It's a beautiful night for some football. Yeah, this is going to be a short kind of squib kick. And South Harrison will just land on it about on the 31-yard line where they'll get the drive started.
Yeah, so it'll be pretty good field position there. South Harrison didn't come up with the kick in that big game versus Putnam County. And I think you can tell special teams, they've talked about Case Morgan maybe could have picked that up and done something with it, but he just wanted to make sure he covered it. And South Harrison retained possession.
So here comes this prolific South Harrison Bulldog offense. They put up over 40 points in each of the last 4 games. Here's going to be a run to Craig Coffey on the first play from scrimmage, and he'll get a decent pickup for about 5.
Now, that's one of those that looked like they were kind of stopping him in there.
Jackson Wattenberger.
But Coffey able to get a nice game there on first down, positive yards, setting up second, just about maybe just a little over 5.5 there.
So second down and 5 from their own 36. He's got 2 receivers here on the near side. He's going to hand this one off on the jet sweep to Galloway. Galloway's going to get up to the 40.
Mason Galloway.
It's going to be a couple, maybe 1 yard short of that first down marker.
That's one of those.
Third and short.
I don't think we've seen that before out of South Harrison.
Been a new
Andrew, with Galloway coming there on that jet sweep. So this is kind of where South Harrison wants to be. Third down and
Here we go. They're
less than one.
Do it quick here as they hand it off to Coffee. Looks like he's going to get just enough to get the first down and move the chains.
That'll be good for a Bulldog.
And go back to last year. I mean, both of these teams met. You know, they were both undefeated on the year. South Harrison traveled to Brookfield last year, and they were just too much to handle for us last year.
Yeah, and that was one of those. South Harrison had a very small senior class, and Brookfield had a large one.
About
they still
17
returned,
last year.
Yeah, still returned quite a few players, but South Harrison just wasn't able to keep making plays.
Good for a little revenge here. It's first down and 10. Cornett takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off to Mason Galloway, and he's been an explosive weapon for this Bulldog offense this season as he gets about 5.
Down by number 20, Rowdy Fields.
Yeah,
Brings up second down.
Again, right, if you can put yourself in 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6, and you're not behind the chains, a team like South Harrison that wants to run, it allows you to not have to get in positions you don't want to be. They can throw the ball, but if they don't have to, they'd like to take care of things on the ground.
Yeah, and it really wears out the defense when you're able to effectively run the football up the middle like they have basically all year long. Galloway's going to come in motion, hands it off up to Craig Coffey, and he moves past the 45, down around the 42-yard line of Brookfield. And South Harrison got a little drive going here.
Yeah, that's about a 15-yard gain there, right up the gut there by Craig Coffey. Little eye candy in the backfield there, Andrew.
Yeah.
With Galloway, and then hit it up the seam with Coffey.
Yep, first down and 10. The Brookfield 41, about 9:20 remaining in the first quarter of play. As we'll have Coffey and Galloway in the backfield, and he's going to hand this one off to Mason Galloway, and a good 3-yard pickup there.
Brought down by number 69, Weston Linscott.
That's the shortest gain of about, 3 or so. And so South Harrison, the other thing, Andrew, here we talked about him not being behind the chains. You're now on the other side of the 50, so if you can get this into right 4th and less than 3, it's definitely probably a place you're going to go for it.
Yeah. So they have Eckerson out at wingback, Coffey Galloway in the backfield on second down. Cornett takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Coffey. Another strong pickup there. It's going to be just shy that first down marker, maybe 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, he got a nice gain again, right up that middle there, Andrew, behind those guards and center.
And so far tonight, that's been their most effective plays. Coffey halfback draw right up the middle. So we'll see if they stick to that here on 3rd down and 1. Will be the same formation. And there's a fumble, and looks like Brookfield recovered. So I don't know if Cornett was trying to keep that. And
yeah, that looks
a bad read.
It looked like a read, and the ball was just kind of out there too long.
Yeah, I think in that situation, probably ideally just hand it off to Coffey there, but regardless, Brookfield is going to take over, and we'll get a look at this Brookfield Bulldog offense for the first time.
Yeah, so it is going to be
Phoenix Jordan out
Jordan
there.
back there at quarterback, and they'll go 3 wide.
Jordan's going to have a man come in motion. He's going to hand it off up the middle, but good stop there. That was Cameron Perry,
There's a flag
the wide receiver, but there's going to be a flag.
Yeah, and an illegal shift there against Brookfield, and so that'll take him back 5.
Yeah, that's something South Harrison's been good at. They haven't had a ton of penalties these past few games either. That's really helped their ability to, run up the scoreboard. That's going to be a big factor in tonight's game as well, as you have a little bit tougher of opponent. So it'll be first down and 15 from Brookfield's own 25. Jordan's going to Fake the handoff. He's going to roll out here to the near side. He's going to throw this, almost picked off by cornerback Jet Cornett there.
Yeah, Cornett was right there. And
Pass intended for number 3, Ryder T. Shaw. Broken up by number 7, Jet Cornett.
South Harrison did a nice
Brings up
job.
Second down.
In that zone coverage there, Andrew, they flooded that area where the receivers were. I think there were about 3 guys for South Harrison defenders where there were just 2 receivers.
Yep. Yeah, good coverage there by the Bulldogs. Jordan in the gun looking to pass again. He's going to fire this one complete to his receiver there on the out route. And he has a little shifty move, and he's running past the 50, maybe right on the 50. Couldn't quite see who that was.
Pass completed to number 7, Jackson Sibley.
Jackson Sibley.
And that's one of those, Andrew, right, in space. If you're going to drop back in zone coverage and in space, you've got to make sure your defensive backs can come up and make that stop.
Yeah.
And the Brookfield receiver able to make a move and pick up a big first down after the turnover.
Yeah, it's looking like this Brookfield offense is going to pass the ball a lot tonight. And there's a
Flag on the play.
pink flag flying in the air. We'll see what that is.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
False start on Brookfield.
False start on the offense.
So, Andrew, this is one of those, right? South Harrison wanted the ball. They're moving the ball.
Penalty remains first
Turnover.
down.
So momentum, first shift goes to Brookfield, and they'll still spread everyone out almost sideline to sideline here.
And they have trips on the far side. Phoenix Jordan in the gun. He's got a receiver to his right. He's going to take the snap. He's going to roll out. Quarterback run. And Phoenix Jordan has some speed as Cray Coffey finally trips him up just before the 35-yard line.
Phoenix Jordan on the quarterback keeper. Tripped up by Craig Coffey. That was good for Brookfield, first down.
And so this is one of those situations, Andrew. Right, it's senior night. There's already emotion going. You come down, you cough up the ball.
Yeah.
Right, what do you do when things aren't going your way? South Harrison needs to stiffen up here defensively.
Yep. First down and 10. Phoenix Jordan looking to pass, and he's going to, but it's right through the hands of his intended target.
Pass intended.
Number 3, Ryder
Number 9,
to Shaw.
Cole Hewer.
Excuse me, that was Cole Hewer.
Ball is incomplete. Jet Cornett on the coverage. Brings up second down.
Yeah, so 2nd and 10 here. They're not going hurry up, but they are going no huddle, Brookfield. And, Andrew, it's one of those things, if Brookfield's going to throw like this, South Harrison's going to need some pressure from those front 4.
Yeah.
Back on the quarterback.
Yeah, so far tonight, Phoenix Jordan's had a lot of time there in the backfield. Looking for a guy like Nick Mars, Ethan Smith to step up right now. Is Phoenix Jordan looking to pass again? He's going to throw this one down the field. He's got a receiver, and it is caught. First down, Brookfield.
Number 1, Cameron Perry.
That was Cameron Perry. He had that big run earlier as Brookfield is moving the ball.
Yeah, South Harrison, I mean, Trevor Henry was there coverage-wise.
Trevor Henry on the coverage.
But South Harrison just not able to come up with it.
For Brookfield, first down.
The receiver ends up high-pointing that ball. And now we're looking at 1st and goal here from right at the 10.
Trips on the near side. Phoenix Jordan's going to hand this one off. Good job tackling behind the line of scrimmage. Loses about 1 there. You're up 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, South Harrison that time against the run held tight, but they're going to have to find a way. Again, Andrew, they're going to have to find a way with 4 guys so they can stay in coverage. They're going to have to find a way to get back to that quarterback.
Yeah. 2nd down and 11 from their own 11. Phoenix Jordan rolls out, and he slips and falls. Good job at Barclay and McCall being there.
Diggs, Barclay, and Joe McCall.
Yeah, and so that's huge because, again, right, it's
Loss on the play.
out to the 16 now.
Down.
Obviously 4 down territory, but it's 3rd and 16. They can't. They have to get a first down or a touchdown. There's no chance of a first down.
Yeah, probably 2 downs here. I assume Brookfield will go for it if they don't complete it. But Phoenix Jordan Drops back to pass on third down, and there's pressure, and he is sacked. Huge sack by number 52.
Ethan
Smith.
Green.
Yeah, that's what you needed in that situation.
Yeah, Ethan Smith stepping up. And he's made a few plays there from that defensive end spot. And there were, I mean, you could have picked a number there, Andrew. There were at least three South Harrison defenders in there. So here, if you're South Harrison, right, you just want to make sure, as it's 4th and 26, that you don't get a penalty here.
Jordan takes the snap, drops back to pass, and there's pressure again. Jordan has to scramble around, and he's going to have to get rid of it. Throws it down the field, and that's intercepted by Jet Cornett in the end zone. Touchback.
That's one of those. You don't think about it in the moment, but if you drop it, you get the ball. You get 6 yards. I mean, at least he's in the end zone. You definitely don't want to
if you're on the
catch
one.
that on the one.
Yeah.
But nice job by South Harrison. So they get the big step up defensively. And Andrew, they have done really well, honestly, inside the 10-yard line a couple times this year. They've bowed up and stopped the opposing team.
Yeah.
And when they needed it, they got some big stops.
And that Putnam County game, they were able to stop Putnam a few times, even on the inside the 10 near the goal line. So they do step up when they need to. But, yeah, need that kind of energy throughout the entire drive because there really wasn't a lot of pressure on Phoenix Jordan until the very end there. But Jet Cornett and his offense will get another chance after the turnover last drive as he'll hand this one off to Craig Coffey. Get maybe one or two, bring up second down.
And he got a couple there.
Number 69, Weston Linscott. Short gain, brings up second down.
And so we'll see, right? We've tried to see how teams are going to defend South Harrison. And usually what you get is teams really start crowding that line of scrimmage. And to see what we get out of Brookfield's defense, and if South Harrison sees it, if they try to take advantage of that.
Yeah, this Brookfield offense, they had a bit of trouble stopping Coffey in this run game. Here we go, Coffey, Galloway. Galloway is going to get the toss as he's pushed out of bounds. He will get the first down. Nice little run there.
Gain brings up third down.
Yeah, so it should be. We'll wait and see. So I guess he went out of bounds. So 3rd and 4.
Got 3:10 remaining in the first quarter, still 0-0. So far, a very defensive ball game. Although both teams have been moving the ball well.
Yeah, it's again the GRC is kind of top heavy, and so when these teams have played some of the teams on the bottom, they've been able to score. See what they can do here against each other tonight.
So 3rd down. Coffey on the run, and
there it is.
Trudges forward and gets the first down.
That'll be good for a
That's a scary sight for any D-back, seeing him running with his head down.
Yeah, that's one of those. Right, you get Craig Coffey the ball coming downhill into that handoff, and with his size and strength, he's hard to stop, and we've talked about it numerous games, Andrew. He also has that great body lean at the end to get a couple of yards extra.
So 1st down and 10 the South Harrison 36-yard line. Jet Cornett's going to start at shotgun formation this time as trips on the near side. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Mason Galloway. Breaks a tackle there, gets
up the middle to Mason Galloway.
about 5 yards there. Maybe 6.
Initial hit by Weston Linscott.
That looks about 5.
Good gain, brings up second down.
That's one of those, right? Spread them out. Get Coffey out. So, anytime the 49 moves out, right, everyone's watching.
Yeah.
And you kind of get the defense looking one way and hit them back the other way with that run by Galloway.
Yeah, good. Bulldog offense packed in tight there. Brookfield expecting the run. It will be. They'll hand it off to Coffey. This time only gets maybe 3. So it will bring up a crucial 3rd down. If they don't get this, I mean, you're in your own territory. It's probably a punting situation.
And so this is one of those, Andrew, where the ball's at, not necessarily a definitive go for it on 4th down, but I think if they got it to a yard or less, I think that's with their offense, one of those South Harrison would go ahead and go for it. So under a minute, we haven't talked about the time. Boy, this clock has been moving even though Brookfield passed it. So we come down here to the end of the first quarter.
It's a big third down for South Harrison. He's going to hand it off to Coffee, and he's going to get the first down with ease, and he's still going. Solid pickup there on the 3rd and short, as South Harrison is now in Brookfield territory.
Yeah, that's one of those, and the clock will stop, and we'll have one more play here before we get to the end of the quarter here on Bulldog Sports TV. And so no score. You can see that there on your scoreboard, but South Harrison again operating on the Brookfield side of the 50-yard line. They will need to snap one more here.
Got 17 seconds remaining, clock ticking. Cornet takes the snap, good handoff. Mason Galloway's got some room. He's going to switch hands there with the ball, and he might be free. Mason Galloway is going to be just short of that goal line, but what a run on 1st and 10.
Boy, and that's huge, Andrew, as we get here again to the end of the quarter, and Galloway that time just hit the gas as he caught that edge, put a foot in the ground, and just barely got tripped up. And so we'll flip ends of the field and be back for the second quarter after this commercial break.
Make every room your favorite room with O'Neill's Home Furnishings in Bethany. From lazy boy recliners and stylish sectionals to bedroom sets and dining tables built to last, we bring comfort and style together. Plus, enjoy free delivery, setup, and takeaway within 60 miles. Financing is available, subject to credit approval. Visit o'neillshomefurnishings.com or call 660-425-7200. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. O'Neill's, where great style meets everyday living.
Harrison County Community Hospital, your trusted hometown healthcare provider. We're here for you with a 24-hour emergency department, inpatient and outpatient care, and a full range of health services. Our primary care clinics in Bethany and Eagleville are here to meet your everyday health needs. And we're growing with you. Soon we'll open our brand new state-of-the-art hospital built to serve our community with even greater care right here at home. Our mission is simple: exceptional care for every patient, every day. Learn more at hcchospital.org.
All right, so Andrew, South Harrison coughed it up on their first drive when they were moving it. Get a stop once Brookfield moves the ball down the field. Get a stop after it was 1st and goal for Brookfield. Get the interception in the end zone. Now they've marched it down, and a big run right before the end of the first quarter sets South Harrison up just outside the goal line here.
Yeah, very promising drive so far. Huge stop on defense to get that interception, and really the pressure is what made that defensive drive for South Harrison. But you got to capitalize on this. You know, it's not good enough to get all the way down near the end zone, not score. Last time we were driving, we had a turnover, so you got to make sure every play is clean.
Boy, they marked him back at the 5. I feel like that was right in front of us, that he was around the 2 or 3.
I guess possibly stepped out, or I don't know. Regardless, it's 1st down and goal from the north end zone. Probably expect another run, another Galloway or Coffee. Hoover's going to come in motion. He's going to hand this one off up the middle. I don't think he quite got in. Is that Galloway?
Hand off to Mason Galloway.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got
short gain, brings
about
up
3,
second down.
so he's probably on the
down
2.
to maybe the 3. Actually, it looks like it's inside. Maybe we'll call it the 2.
Yeah, looks like he's on the 2.
Yeah, because it looks like it's inside that hash where they mark it for a 2-point conversion. So South Harrison has the clock running here, Andrew, and I assume we won't see the ball come in the air.
Yeah, shouldn't. Unless you're the Super Bowl Seahawks. Here's a run to Cray Coffee, and he walks right in. So South Harrison strikes first on senior night. The Bulldogs go up 6-0.
Cray Coffee on the carry.
And so the 2-yard run for the senior running back, and now another senior, Jet Cornett, comes on for the point after attempt.
Yeah, I'll try not to jinx Jet this week. Kick is up. And he puts this one through, so it'll be 7-0 here on senior night. South Harrison's up.
All right, we'll step away, be back after this commercial break.
At Pettyjohn Auto Center, we put customers first, making car buying easy and stress-free with honest pricing and no hidden fees. Choose from 9 trusted brands of new cars: Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, plus more than 250 quality pre-owned vehicles. Our service department is here to keep you on the road with confidence. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bethany, Albany, and Trenton, or browse our inventory anytime at pettyjohnauto.com.
All right, so Andrew, 11:16 on the clock here in the second quarter, and South Harrison strikes first. They had a great opening drive, and they lose it on the fumble on that opening drive, and it wasn't necessarily a play that the defense necessarily made. They just mishandled on a running play. But they're going to have to – I think South Harrison started to figure out how to deal with this passing attack for Brookfield by just letting the front four pin their ears back a little bit.
Yeah. I'm hoping to see a little bit more of that here on this drive. Brookfield moved the ball pretty well down the field in terms of the passing game. South Harrison secondary struggled a little bit there, so we'll see if they can kind of get back on their game as Jet Cornett's going to do a little drop kick here. And looks like he was traveling out of bounds. Brookfield's going to decide to take it. That's number 2, Damian Glasgow.
Returned by number 2, Damian Glasgow.
Near the 38-yard line.
So it'll be, pretty good starting field position here.
Brookfield will start their drive at their own 38-yard line.
As they get it out near the 40, and they'll come out spread again.
Yeah, Brookfield probably feeling a little bit of pressure here. They haven't been trailing in too many games this year. And a tight one against Gallatin last week. Looks like there's
we're going to get
official timeout or
timeout. Looks like South Harrison.
Timeout.
Get that. We'll go ahead and take a timeout as well. Be back after this word from one of our sponsors.
For 125 years, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri has proudly served as your locally owned community bank. From convenient online banking and our easy-to-use mobile app, we're here to meet all of your financial needs. With 10 locations across northern Missouri and southern Iowa, you'll always find trusted service close to home. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, locally owned, locally trusted, banking Bethany can count on. Learn more at onlinefarmersbank.com. Member FDIC.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat here on Bulldog Sports TV. As welcome in everyone that is watching. Got Coach Corbett's family watching. Tate Akins, a Bulldog, watching as well. As South Harrison leads 7-0 here, Andrew, and it's going to be 1st and 10 after the kickoff and the score for this Brookfield offense, and they'll remain in shotgun and not quite as spread out, kind of have a bunch formation there to the right side.
Oh, a little early movement there by Damian Glasgow, who just had that kickoff return, and I think that's the 3rd penalty tonight for Brookfield, so they've struggled a bit.
Yeah, that's one of those formations. Sometimes the hard count gets you.
Yeah.
And it was a nice hard count that time by Phoenix Jordan, the quarterback, and that time one of his receivers. They're going to stay in the same formation, though, in that bunch formation there on the just off the tight end.
Bulldog defense shifts. It's number 34 running at Parent. Nice little run there as he's knocked out. Maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Colton Parent with carry.
So
brought down by number 26, Mason Galloway.
About 8 on.
Brings up 2nd down.
About 8 on that because the penalty yardage. But that's one of those, Andrew, when you come out in that formation, right, they had that bunch right off the tight end to the right. All they're trying to do is outflank you, right? They just want more guys out there than you had. And now we'll see the quarterback split out. I think we're going to see a run here.
Yeah. Switching the formations up a little bit on this drive. His parent, who just had that run, is going to keep it himself, but he's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, nothing.
And looks like a Bulldog came out with the football, but I don't think.
That's Joel McCall with the ball.
We don't have instant replay. It looked like he just stripped that out of his arms. I assume they're just going to call it Brookfield football.
Yeah, no gain there. Here we'll go. Third down here, and 8. We'll get Phoenix Jordan back in the backfield at quarterback.
Sure, Bulldog defense is expecting
a
pass
yeah,
here.
He started. The receiver started early out there on the outside.
And
just watching here.
That is a false start.
On the screen, so.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
We'll actually say it was probably 7 last time, so we'll call it 3rd and 12 now. And there's been a few of those just trying to get started just a bit early offensively for Brookfield.
It looks like maybe a little bit of nerves or hostile environment here at Memorial Stadium. It is 3rd down and forever. Phoenix Jordan drops back to pass. He gets that rush on him again. Good spiral down the field, but I don't think the receiver even saw it as it went out of bounds. And
Glasgow falls incomplete.
Yeah, so that's 4th and long. And
a penalty flag.
One of those situations, Andrew, not only 4th and long, but field position. Obviously, you're going to go ahead and punt it away and hope you can get a defensive stop here.
And another penalty on Brookfield that'll be declined after it's 4th down already. So obvious punting situation as Jet Cornett steps back to return this punt. And Galloway coming on the outside there, but Cornett's just going to let it roll.
Brookfield will down it.
And there's been a couple times on that, and I think Jet Cornett just trying to make sure he doesn't lose the ball, but a couple of those situations where it takes a roll, maybe he had the opportunity to pick it up and at least, if nothing else, keep the ball from going another 7 or 10 yards. But South Harrison will start 1st and 10 here with 9:16 on the clock here in the second.
Yeah, just a really good drive last time the South Harrison offense was on the field. They were able to march down the field, and obviously that big run by Mason Galloway to set them up in scoring position. And Craig Coffey punched it in, made it 7-0 as this Bulldog offense is looking to go up 14-0 as Jet Cornett is under center. He's going to hand it off up the middle, but he looks like Craig Coffey is stuffed. He gets maybe 1.
Short gain brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, we'll give him a couple there. But that defense starting to squeeze those runs through those interior gaps there offensively. So see if maybe South Harrison, we haven't seen him really attack the edge much.
Yeah.
Galloway had the one big run where he almost scored, and see if we see maybe, one of the old standbys, a rocket or something getting to the edge.
So 2nd down and 8. Our own 20. I'm going to hand this one off to Cale Taggart, and he is swallowed up in the backfield.
Yeah, they didn't.
Hand off to Cale Taggart.
Didn't fool the defense there.
Loss on the play brings up 3rd down.
So that's going to set you back deep in your own territory with 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and about 15 or so here, and so.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, do you just play it conservative and not try to allow a turnover or anything, or some teams like to take a shot down the field, but.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those. It wouldn't surprise me, Andrew, and we haven't seen it for a couple games. They haven't needed it. Like they do have some screens in the offense.
Yeah. Those have worked pretty well for him this season as Eckerson's going to come in motion. Looks like Cornett's dropping back to pass. They're going to do that little screen pass on the other side to tight end Gage Barclay, and Barclay making some moves. He's
still going.
He's still going, and I think he's got that first down. What a play. What a play call. And then what a job by Gage Barclay to have that tough run.
Yeah, that was one of those, Andrew, when he first got it, you could almost hear some people talking, hey, you got to go, because he kind of paused and read the defense. But, man, when he got going, and Barclay's one of those guys, right, he's got great size, good athleticism for a tight end, and he was able to break some tackles, and a huge play to get him back to 1st and 10 when it looked like they were maybe going to have to punt and give up field position.
Yeah, drive-saving play. As Cornett will hand this one off to Coffee.
Hand off to Craig Coffee.
He may be 2 yards there.
Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, you got about 3 there. And so, again, they're starting to key on Coffee on those. And I think that's what South Harrison was trying to take advantage of with that kind of little reverse play back, counter play back to Taggart. But it was a nice job out there by Alex Bennett from outside linebacker spot for Brookfield that got that stop. So 6.5 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
So Cornett on his own 35. Eckerson's going to come in motion. Hands the football off to Craig Coffee, and big Craig Coffee's moved past the 50 into Brookfield territory. And, yeah, that Brookfield defense has had a tough time stopping him, even just on the draw runs up the middle.
Yeah, that's one of those, watching it there on the camera, Andrew, I almost didn't pick up that he was coming out of the pack there.
Lost him.
But that's just one of those, and you know, as a former running back, right, one thing you're telling running backs, hey, just keep those legs churning.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we saw it last night in that Thursday night NFL game with Cam Scattaboo.
Yeah.
You just keep those legs churning. Sometimes you're able to come out of a tackle and get a big gain, and that was a huge one there for South Harrison.
So 1st down and 10 on the Brookfield 47, and they're going to do that play out to Brendan Hoover. And he picks up 5 or 6.
Yeah, pretty good gain. We'll call it 5. Well, no, we'll call it 6. They moved it a little further. So nice gain on 1st down there by Hoover. Again, Brendan Hoover, another one of those seniors. He'll play that wingback spot.
Brings up 2nd down.
He and Camden Eckerson will kind of split that.
Yeah, he doesn't get the ball a lot, but when he does, it's usually a pretty explosive play. And this time Eckerson going to come in motion. Galloway is going to get the handoff. Looks like they got his feet there as he only gets maybe 1 yard. It will bring up a 3rd down.
I think that was
Galloway on the carry.
Wattenbarger able to get his feet down there.
Short gain. Brings up 3rd down.
Not Wattenbarger, Wattenbarger.
Wattenbarger.
Able to get a hand on him from that defensive tackle spot. And, Andrew, I would think, right, as long as you don't lose yardage here, you're probably in 4-down territory. Even if you don't gain anything, I think you're probably in 4-down territory.
Yeah, definitely. This, deep in the opposing team's territory. And the way your offense has been playing, I'd say that's a good idea. As 3rd down run, toss to Craig Coffee. He's got some blockers up the middle, but looks like he's going to be stuffed. There was a penalty flag.
Craig Coffee. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, and that is normally where you'd probably see a holding. So we'll wait and see here. As the officials will talk it over.
Good job by that Brookfield defense to get off those blocks and get to Coffee.
So we'll see.
Well, looks
actually,
like it's on both teams.
Offsetting. Correct, right? Did he just? Elo Yusa hands the face mask Brookfield and then holding South Harrison. So those
Illegal
will
hands to the face
offset,
of
and we'll
on
go
South
ahead and
Harrison. These penalties offset.
redo it here.
Replay,
Appreciate everyone
third
tuned
down.
in here to Bulldog Sports TV as Brookfield South Harrison in a GRC matchup on a beautiful October evening. 4:13 to go here in the first half play. South Harrison with a 7-0 lead, driving again.
Yeah, big third down here for both squads. Showing blitz, hands it off. Craig Coffey, he's going to have to make a little spin move, but good job by the Brookfield defense. There's a pack of them, but number 53, Cooper Holland, was there on the tackle. As big fourth down.
Cooper Holland with the initial hit brings up fourth down.
And Andrew, what it is, Brookfield's getting good penetration up the middle at that nose spot, and it's just kind of throwing everything off. And South Harrison that time, right, Coffey, instead of hitting the hole, had to take a step to his right. When he did that, the rest of the defense for Brookfield was able to get back there.
So the offense stays on the field. Have two receivers here on the near side, two on the far, but Brookfield will call a timeout as they get a look at that
they're going to want to
offensive
see
scheme.
The South Harrison comes out doing a little something different in what they're doing. We'll step away as well. Be back after this word from one of our sponsors.
Craving authentic Mexican flavor? Come to El Nopal in Bethany, where every bite tastes like home. From sizzling fajitas and street-style tacos to refreshing margaritas, El Nopal brings the true taste of Mexico right to your table. And now we can bring the fiesta to you. Book the El Nopal food truck for birthdays, weddings, or any special event. Let us serve up tradition on wheels. El Nopal authentic Mexican food made with love.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here as we get ready for the biggest play right now of this first half for both teams, right? South Harrison just the one-score lead. 3:18 to go in the half, and we know Brookfield gets the ball after half. So if you're South Harrison, you'd like to keep this drive going and hopefully score before half. And if you're Brookfield, you'd like to get it back, see if you could get a score, and then get that ball back after if you're able to tie it up. South Harrison come back again here, Andrew, all spread out and empty.
So here we go on fourth down. Cornett looking to pass. Finds his target, Mason Galloway. It'll be complete. First down, South Harrison.
Pass complete to Mason Galloway. That'll be good for a Bulldog.
So you hit him on the curl route
That's one
there.
of those, Andrew. They drop back in zone, and Galloway just button hooked right there
found
and found a spot. And I was honestly thinking in my mind that maybe South Harrison would spread it all out like that and go quarterback draw or something and try to keep it on the ground. Well, they were willing to put it in the air and get a big first down there.
Yeah, Coach Schoening trusts his quarterback to make that throw, and it pays off for him. It's first down and 10 from the Brookfield 33 with 2:51 remaining in the first half. Cornett hands it off to Craig Coffey. Coffey makes a little shift there, and, we've mentioned that he's been able to do those little side steps and get around the defenders, maybe a little different than he has last year, but it's really worked out for him as it brings up a second down.
Yeah, he got about 8 there, and so make it easy here on second down. And honestly, Andrew, maybe this is somewhere where you're down, on the 25, 2nd and 2, knowing you've got a team, you've got 3 more downs to pick this up. Do you go play action? Do you try to catch the defense off guard here?
I'm sure that's definitely something in the back of Coach Schoening's brain. We'll see what they do decide to go with here on 2nd down and 2. It will just be another run as Mason Galloway seemed like a 10-second play.
That'll be good for a Bulldog.
But it is a first down for South Harrison.
Well, and that's something we haven't necessarily talked about a lot with Mason Galloway, right? Because we talk about kind of a little thunder and lightning. He's the lightning to Craig Coffey's thunder. But he's got some strength, and that was a good hard run, able to break some tackles.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a pleasant surprise this year, the Bulldogs offense. As there's 1:45 remaining, the first half, first down and 10. From Brookfield 20, Galloway is going to come in motion. We hand off up the middle to Craig Coffey. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2, and finally taken down as he moves past the first down marker inside the 10.
That'll be good for a Bulldog.
That's one of those. And Andrew, I've never played on the line. I had a son that played offensive line, but I think that's one of those. I think this line is starting to feel it too, not just these running backs, but this offensive line is starting to feel it and really explode off the ball. They'll come up quick.
First down run, hands this one off to Coffee, and they hit him immediately.
Great Coffee on the carry.
Didn't quite pay off like they'd like to, but it will bring up a second down and 9.
Yeah, and so a minute left. Both teams have 2 timeouts, so I don't think South Harrison's worried about time, but it's also one of those they can't take a lot of it here if they want to work this ball in the end zone.
Now we'll see if this Brookfield defense can make a stop here as Cornett's going to roll out to the far side looking to pass. He's going to decide to keep it, and he's hit, taken down. That's going to keep it's about a 30-second time play there as that clock kept running.
That's one of those, and we've talked about it a little bit with Jet Cornett, and we'll go ahead and just keep it here as we got 33.6 seconds on the clock. The ball's down to the 4. But that's one of those, we mentioned Jet Cornett has been a wide receiver. Because of injury to Bryson Quinley, he gets thrust into that quarterback spot, and he's definitely grown as a quarterback. But that's one of those, right, if he's a multi-year quarterback, he probably just runs out of bounds at the 4.
Yeah.
And you probably save about 15 seconds and your timeout. Now you're down to 1 timeout. 33.6 seconds on the clock here. And so if you're South Harrison, Andrew, do you call 2 plays here and say, hey, if we don't get in, we're going to get on it fairly quickly. But ultimately it's 3rd and goal, so you only have 2 plays anyway.
Yeah, I think you have to do what you just said, have 2 plays lined up here because it's going to be moving pretty quick. And you're on the 4-yard line. You have Craig Coffey in the backfield. Ideally, you should be able to hand it off and get a touchdown on this play, but Brookfield defense can be stingy at times, so.
And so it'll be. And you also have to tell Jet Cornett if there's another rollout pass, if nothing's there, throw it away because we need that clock to stop.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to do, If you're a talented player like Jet Cornett, you really just want to make a play, but, that's something you'll grow into with experience. But here we go, 3rd down.
There's some splits. Hoover way out.
Yeah, Hoover's way out there. It's the snap, hand off to Coffey, and they're going to trip him up as he doesn't get in.
Hand off to Craig Coffey. Short gain.
Looks like a timeout was called by South Harrison.
We'll go ahead and keep it here again, Andrew. Is the ball where they got that mark? Is it down on the 2 now?
Yeah, I think he got 2 yards there.
Yeah. So gain of a couple. Time doesn't matter at this point because it's 4th down. And honestly, maybe if you're South Harrison, now Brookfield might have used the timeout, but I might have let it run down to about 7 or 6.
Yeah,
so
make sure
if you
it is
don't
the
get
last
it,
play.
Although field position-wise, I doubt they'd try to do too much down here. We've talked about before with South Harrison, you do have a place kicker that could kick a field goal here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think they're going to come out, and it looks like offensively, and see if they can't get this ball in the end zone and take a 2-score lead.
Yeah, this will be big for either team all coming down to this play. I know you said a few plays ago that was the biggest play of the game. This has taken the seat right here. It's if you get a touchdown, if you're South Harrison, you're up 2 scores. But if Brookfield makes a stop, they get the ball after halftime and potentially tie this game. Oh, it looks like there was some movement on the South Harrison offensive line, and that's a killer right there.
False start on South Harrison.
And just a little.
Well, it just didn't look like.
Remains 4th down.
South Harrison was just on that line of scrimmage a long time. Like everyone was down and set, and it just seemed like there wasn't a rhythm to that coming out of that timeout. And we'll get another play in.
So now you're on the 7.
Yeah, I think now you're going to have to, right? You can't just hand this ball off and hope to get it in. I'd probably try to some kind of RPO or something, get Jet Cornett on the edge and see if you can't get someone open or he can make it to the pylon.
Cornett will line up under center with Coffee Gallo in the backfield. Looks like Brookfield will call a timeout here.
Yeah, they want to talk about it.
Brookfield.
We will step away on this one, be back for this big 4th and goal from the 7 after this commercial break.
Remember when filling up your car meant more than just pumping gas? At Bethany Fuel Depot, we're bringing that service back. We'll fill your tank, clean your windshield, and send you on your way with a smile, just like the good old days. Inside, you'll find a general store with vintage candy, nostalgic treats, and unique gifts. We're open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., with pumps available 24/7. Find us across from Petty John's, Bethany Fuel Depot, full service and full of charm.
All right, Andrew. And so when you have tight games like this, you may have 5 or 6 of those big plays, and it doesn't get any bigger than this with only 26 seconds left there on the clock here in the first half. And South Harrison, after that penalty, now 4th and 7. And so this does change things for both teams here on what South Harrison would do offensively.
Yeah, crucial play here. Will we see a pass potentially as Cornett lines up in the gun? With Galloway to his left has 3 receivers there on the far side. He is looking to pass. Cornett throws it to Galloway, and he is stopped, I believe. Wow, what a stop by that Brookfield defense. Is it a hard hit on Mason Galloway?
Right down.
They got down to the 1.
Wow.
So change of possession.
1st and 10.
Now, the one thing here, if you're Brookfield, you do have to get it out of the end zone.
Yeah, there's a potential for the safety, so need to
I
be
would assume
careful.
we'll see them under center, although they've been shotgun most of the night. So big play defensively there for Brookfield. They will get the ball, but it's definitely one of those you can't just kneel on it.
Yeah, 19 seconds remaining. As it'll be a direct snap, and that's going to be a safety. Wow, what a pursuit there.
Ethan Smith.
Who other than Ethan Smith? And they're going to get the football back with, 12 seconds remaining, but that still makes it a 2-score game.
And that's one of those, they ran outside, right?
Yeah.
You'd think you'd want to be under center and give it up the middle, or quarterback sneaks straight up. You start running laterally, it makes it hard. And not only Ethan Smith, we'll talk about this, Andrew. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Not only Ethan Smith able to get the tackle from the backside, but that meant on the strong side where they were running it, South Harrison was holding the edge and forcing that further out where that runner couldn't cut up field and get out of the end zone. So huge play momentum. South Harrison doesn't get the 7, but they get 2, and now get the ball back where I assume, depending on field position, they may just kneel on it.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. But, yeah, like you said, that momentum is a huge factor because Brookfield was going to go into half. We get the ball, just made a huge stop, but now the safety kind of changes things a little bit. As South Harrison set to return this with 12 seconds
Yeah, South
remaining.
Harrison needs to be on the other side.
Yeah,
there we go.
Inverted, so.
It'd be great if you could get the ball
we'll
near
take
your
that.
goal line, just turn around and run it in. So this free kick, South Harrison should get pretty good field position here, but no timeouts in 12 seconds. I think the only way you do something with this, Andrew, is if you get a pretty decent return.
Yeah. We got Taggart and Galloway back there. So here's the little kickoff after the safety. Going to be a line drive. Going to bounce right into Galloway's lap. He's going to wait for a few blockers, and moves past the 45. 9.6 seconds remaining.
Mason Galloway on the return.
This will be interesting.
Takes it out to the Brookfield 45-yard line.
I mean, you take a chance. I mean, the one thing, if you do take a chance, number one, you've got to make sure you tell Jet Cornett, if you have pressure, just tuck it away and go down.
That's got to be first and foremost on your quarterback's mind.
But if you do take a chance, right, the quarter or half can't end on a defensive penalty, meaning if there's a pass interference, something that give you another untimed down possibly. And it looks like Brookfield's going to have a couple guys deep, and I guess we'll just see what we get out of South Harrison here.
Cornett looking to sideline. They're going to line up in the shotgun. Got Trevor Henry and Mason Galloway here on the near side.
They're going to maybe put some different time on the clock.
Yeah, it looks.
So six seconds.
Saying that return surely didn't only take 3 seconds.
Yeah, and barring a defensive penalty, this will probably be the last play here of the half.
Here we go. We'll see if South Harrison, and they are just going to take that knee, so probably smart, and still retain the momentum. So
again, probably the good choice there. After you get the big play, you don't want to turn it over, do something, and give any momentum back to Brookfield. And so we'll go in at the half here with that score 9-0. And so we'll step away, hear from some of our sponsors, come back for the O'Neill's halftime show after this commercial break.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank Mascot debit card. For each swipe of your Mascot debit card, BTC Bank donates 7.5 cents to the school represented on your card. It's a simple step you can take to have a big impact on your community at no cost to you. Stop by a branch today to get your Mascot debit card and start making a difference immediately. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world, generations of leaders build new friendships and help solve problems. Take action with us. The Bethany Rotary Club strives to make a difference in our community. Our projects help improve life to those both close to home and around the world. Come serve with us. Find out more at Rotary.org.
United Country Nelson Real Estate is your trusted place to go when looking to buy or sell. Licensed in 3 states, our team of experienced agents is ready to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a home in town, wide open farmland, hunting and recreational property, or that perfect piece of land to call your own. With United Country Nelson Real Estate, you get the best of both worlds. Personal hometown service backed by nationwide exposure. Find us online at nelsonsoldit.com, and remember, no one knows the country like we do.
All right, back here on the O'Neill's halftime show. And a big thanks to all of our sponsors. O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings sponsor our halftime show. And so, Andrew, it's 9-0, right? You're not watching the World Series tonight. This is an actual football game. And South Harrison, we'll just kind of recap as they're doing some auctions here for fundraisers. South Harrison wants the opening kickoff, something we haven't seen them get very often this year.
Yeah.
They're moving the ball. I think it really looked like to me miscommunication on that fumble.
Yeah.
They turn it over. Brookfield comes out firing. They're throwing the ball. They're moving the ball. South Harrison steps up, gets the big stop. Then again, offensively, they come back and get a rhythm. Score, stall out on the 1-yard line. Brookfield gets it, and then South Harrison, Ethan Smith from that defensive end spot comes up and makes a big play for a safety. I kind of felt like, both teams moved the ball at times, but there was an odd rhythm to that first half.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, South Harrison came out strong, running the game, or, running on the ground. And just that miscommunication there by Jet Cornett and Craig Coffey ended up in the fumble. Brookfield continued down the field. But, yeah, really, it's just kind of a weird energy, but the score is 9-0 there at the end of the half. It looked like South Harrison was going to be able to punch in a touchdown. Huge stop by Brookfield, able to stop Mason Galloway on the 1. You could feel the momentum kind of switch to them. You know, the crowd was starting to get back into it for their side. And then obviously the safety occurred. Ethan Smith, huge play. He's had a big half. He had on that, I think it was at Brookfield's first drive.
Yeah.
He had the big sack there. So hats off to him. He's had a game so far. And, you know, we're sitting at 9-0. South Harrison's kind of got that momentum. Brookfield's got the ball to start the second half. So, you know, their quarterback, he's been throwing well, making some good plays. But, man, this stingy South Harrison defense has shown a lot of grit tonight.
And that's it. The South Harrison defense, right, we've talked about how they've scored and moved the ball the last few weeks since that Putnam County game. Defensively, right, only giving up 1 score per game in each of those games over Marceline, over Trenton, over Maysville.
Yeah.
Right, just that defense continuing to build, get some confidence. And the big thing here is, you know, Brookfield came out, they didn't run it very often. South Harrison, when Brookfield did run, for the most part, stopped it. So I assume just down 1 score getting the ball, we're going to see Brookfield probably put the ball in the air. So if you're South Harrison, you've got to make sure, hey, we're getting after the quarterback, because I think that's the one thing that can, I mean, even on Saturdays or in the NFL, Andrew, right, the ability to make the quarterback move, to get someone in his face, makes it really hard to find an open receiver. And when South Harrison was able to start to do that, it really made it tough for Phoenix Jordan to be able to find his receivers and have any place to go with it.
Yeah, when you got all that pressure, it is hard as a quarterback to be able to make those throws. We did see Phoenix Jordan have that kind of design quarterback run that did play out really well, so I'm curious to see if they'll maybe move in that direction a little bit if the pass game is stagnant. But, yeah, really good job by this defense. So we see the band here coming out. We've got a little senior night action. Still got the auction going on here.
Yeah, I got former South Harrison Bulldog. I can tell that voice. Dick Crabtree down there doing the auction. And, boy, people have been bidding it up. I'm watching the faces of the cheerleaders and the dance squad and hearing the crowd as they've been auctioning off some things here on senior night. And you know, a big senior night, Andrew, you've been there. It's been a long time since I've been there as far as athletics and a senior night. I'm going to go ahead and reach up through here and just widen this shot out just a hair. But the emotion that comes with knowing, hey, this could be my last time playing, not ever, but my last time playing on this field.
Yeah.
This field where I played Pee-wee football, where I played junior high football, where we practice, where we do all these things. Maybe just talk about the emotion coming into a game like this and what you're thinking. You know, once the ball gets kicked off, you're probably not thinking as much, but just what you're thinking about going into a senior night game.
Yeah, once you get going, it's just back to regular football. But you do have those moments where you're like, maybe it's either before the game or either, during halftime, you're just like, this might be my last, or, could be, district, you have districts and everything, so there's a potential to play here again, but you just want to leave everything out on the field. You've grown up playing on this field, like you said, since youth football up to now. Made a lot of memories, wins, losses. Everybody loves some Friday night football. But, that's what it's all about, being with your brothers on the field and, hopefully coming out with a victory. I had my senior night victory, and it makes it a lot better than walking off, your last time on the field with a loss. But, these guys, this senior team, they've been through a lot. Didn't win a lot of games early on in their career, kind of like me, but, eventually towards the end here, you have a chance to be, do something really special and potentially make a run in the postseason. But they're ready to get back out on this field and, hopefully another strong second half.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find some scores.
Yeah,
the only other score
scores.
I see, Gallatin leads Milan 22-0. And
Gallatin will be a tough one for sure.
And that will be. And it's one of those, Andrew, we talked about in the GRC. The Putnam game was going to be huge. Putnam County ends up coming over, getting that win. Putnam already has a win over, I'm trying to think, Brookfield, and they still have Gallatin, I think, left. I'll check that, but it's one of those that you definitely wanted to make sure, hey, there's still a chance for conference. I was talking to a couple of the players and coaches this week, and I know our interview with Coach Schoening. Make sure if you haven't checked out our coaching interviews, we do those each week. Make sure to check out those. We almost always have an interview with Coach Aaron Fitzpatrick from the softball team. They're undefeated Grand River Conference champs. Also with Coach Chris Schoening, varsity football coach. Next week we'll have another interview with girls golf coach Kel Watson, as South Harrison qualified as a team, Andrew, to go to state. And I'll talk about that just a little bit here in a moment. But when you start looking at conference, it's still there, and then obviously districts. And you kind of mentioned the point that South Harrison has an opportunity. Right now they sit second in the rankings in their district. So the Bulldogs from South Harrison have a chance to have another game here and be able to play at least one more game here at Memorial Stadium. And I know it's just special, right? It's special for the fans. It was senior night. I have a daughter who senior cheerleader and dance club member or dance team member. And so able to, with my wife and I, walk her out and be in front of the hometown and people clapping and cheering, and just great memories that you have, and you want to have more of them. And so looking here, Gallatin tonight, they're up over Milan. They get Putnam County next week. And so Putnam County undefeated right now in the GRC. And they're at Scotland County tonight. And Putnam was able to beat Brookfield 2 weeks ago, 29-16. And so anyone can beat anyone on any given night. But if you're South Harrison with hopes, Gallatin's really your last hope to upset Putnam County. But also if you're South Harrison, Andrew, you're only up 9-0, and you're getting ready to kick this ball off to a Brookfield team who was able to move the ball a little bit. You got to come out and finish business here against Brookfield, a team that, we mentioned, went down, both teams undefeated, and Brookfield really had an offensive explosion and stopped South Harrison defensively and got a big win last year.
Yeah, and South Harrison tonight, they've shown definitely that they are the more talented team. But, we'll see what the second half has in store for us. We'll see if this Brookfield Bulldog team can kind of rally back. But I expect South Harrison to, keep the foot on the pedal, keep running the football, doing what works for them. And, it really just comes down to that D-line for South Harrison. If they can keep getting pressure on Phoenix Jordan tonight, I like our odds to come out with a victory in this one.
Well, and the one thing Andrew South Harrison has done in the pass defense, they gave up a couple of longer passes, but they haven't let anything get behind them. And that's been an issue a couple times this season, letting something get behind them. But because the one big pass play Brookfield had down on this end there in the first quarter, it was a tackle, I think, by Trevor Henry.
Yeah.
So they had it down on the 10, but that tackle, then South Harrison was able to get the stop. And they've done that. They did that at Scotland County, too. A big pass play, got the tackle inside the 5, and then made the stop. And so not giving up the easy one over the top, right? Make a team, hey, you can't just do it in one play. You're going to have to do it in multiple plays and work this ball against our defense if you want to be able to score.
Yeah, it's been a very defensive football game for sure. We saw a few turnovers, one by South Harrison, one by Brookfield. Usually at this point in the game, at least the last few weeks, South Harrison we're naming off a bunch of plays where they scored. Coffee has 3 touchdowns, Galloway has 2. But this week, it's just that one lone touchdown for Craig Coffee, and then the safety defensive score by Ethan Smith. So a little bit more of a defensive football game. But we haven't been in a lot of close ones this year. But with an experienced team like this and a couple coaches who know what they're doing. It's good to have them on your side for sure.
And that's one of those, Andrew, right? There's something about being in close games, and some teams crumble in close games, right?
Yeah.
They start to fall apart and struggle a little bit. But South Harrison, they haven't been in many of them this year. But a team, I know last year, right? There were a number of close games. Last year, you were broadcasting those games last year, and only 2 seniors, so a lot of guys that have been in these situations. I'll never forget that game down in Marceline.
Yeah,
that was a huge crowd. It was homecoming night, and going to overtime, and South Harrison gets the win down there. And so I think sometimes we just think, well, teams just win. You have to learn how to win, and this group of players for South Harrison has learned how to win over the course of their time on this football field, and I think that'll play to their benefit. The other thing, what the safety does, Andrew, is it is a 2-score game, right? So if Brookfield scores, they can go for 2. South Harrison would still have the lead, and the way defense is played, I mean, obviously you'd like to definitely have more than 9, but 2-score game benefits South Harrison the way they've played tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Just got to hang on to that lead and, come up with a victory tonight and send these seniors riding off in the sunset from Memorial Field.
All right, we're going to step away here on the O'Neill's Home Furnishing and Floor Coverings halftime show. Be back after this commercial break.
It's time to crush your fitness goals at The Body Shop. Open 24 hours a day, this is your place to push harder, run faster, and get stronger. Hit the indoor track, pump it up with free weights and weight machines, or torch calories on our treadmills and ellipticals. Whatever your workout, we've got the gear. You bring the drive. The Body Shop, Bethany's 24/7 fitness center. No excuses, just results. Start your fitness journey today for a better tomorrow.
Have friends or family coming to Bethany? Give them a home away from home at Hidden Acres Cabin Rentals. In the rolling hills of Bethany, our cozy cabins start at $140 a night and include everything guests need to relax: private space, modern amenities, and a peaceful country setting. Book a cabin today at hiddenacrescabinrentals.com or call 660-373-9927. Hidden Acres Cabins. Comfort for your guests, just minutes from you.
All right, go ahead and come back here on Bulldog Sports TV. CF Rainey, as we've got the South Harrison dance team out on the field. Senior night, and so we'll show them as well. My daughter, Lucy, right there on the 50-yard line as they get ready for their senior performance here. And we mentioned the South Harrison leads Brookfield 9-0. Now, I want to take a moment to talk a little bit about some of the other programs here at South Harrison in sports. And so softball, undefeated GRC champs. They are also the 1 seed in their district. They have one more home game against Platte Valley next Monday, and we'll be broadcasting that on Bulldog Sports TV. As the South Harrison softball will host their senior night, and then they get a bye in the first round of the district play, and their district, South Harrison's district, will be played over in Trenton, and they have played each of those teams throughout the season and have gotten victories over those teams throughout the season. So South Harrison should be favored in any of those games. We'll talk about it a little next week on Sports Central and put some information out. So when it gets to postseason play, the Missouri State High School Activities Association has some different rules in how things go, so we're not able to stream on our Facebook or YouTube pages. And so you have to stream through Misha TV, which is a pay-per-view type thing. I believe it's $10 plus a fee, so I think it ends up being about $10.60 per game. And our plan right now in talking with Misha and working with the school district is to wait and see if South Harrison makes that district championship game, which they'd be favored to do. And then Bulldog Sports TV would be in Trenton for that. And we'll get all that information out to you as it gets more clear. South Harrison volleyball will be playing tomorrow down in Maysville in the GRC round robin. Just 4 teams in the Grand River Conference playing volleyball, and all 4 of those teams, so to be South Harrison, Trenton, Brookfield, and Maysville, will all be down in Maysville tomorrow for that tournament. And then South Harrison golf, I was talking to Coach Kel Watson this evening before the game, and South Harrison golf ended up winning district golf, so their entire team will play down in the state tournament. Abby Owens, 4-time state qualifier, wins districts. Ainsley Clint ends up 3rd, and so South Harrison did a great job there in golf as we see the dance squad coming off the field here on the O'Neill's halftime show. And so we'll go ahead and come back here. And then, so golf, volleyball, football, as well as softball. And then appreciate, and I'd seen that in the announcements, South Harrison Band also had a competition last week and did a great job, them and the color guard. And so we appreciate all the successful programs at South Harrison. And, boy, just a great group. And if you were here in person, I know we weren't able to stream senior night, but if you were here in person, boy, South Harrison had a huge group for dance, for cheer, for band, for football, just one golfer. But boy, just a great group of seniors and parents were able to get recognized here before the game. And so appreciate all the activities and what everyone is doing. We'll see if we can catch a couple of scores. We'll step away here for a moment, be back for more of the O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show after this commercial break.
Green Hills Insurance, LLC of Bethany is a locally owned and operated independent insurance agency providing coverage since 1996. They're licensed to operate in Missouri, Iowa, and Kansas, offering competitive rates with top carriers. They can insure a wide variety of risks, including home, farm, auto, boats, RVs, equipment, business owners, commercial buildings, bonds, and more. Located on the south side of the square in Bethany, stop by or give them a call at 660-425-7900. At Green Hills Insurance, if you need it insured, they've got you covered.
Hi, this is Rhonda from Little Clara's Garden. Bulldog fans, nothing says victory like the beauty of fresh flowers. Little Clara's Garden is your hometown flower shop, proudly supporting the South Harrison Bulldogs. From game day spirit bouquets, balloons, and gifts for every occasion, we've got the perfect gift to brighten your day. Stop by Little Clara's Garden, where every arrangement is made with love, just like our Bulldogs play with heart. Little Clara's Garden, growing community, one bouquet at a time.
Bethany Building Center is your locally owned source for quality building supplies, lumber, hardware, plumbing, and electrical needs. Whether you're starting new construction, tackling a remodel, or putting up a pole barn or shed, our team is here to help. We're proud to carry a full line of steel power equipment, including trimmers, chainsaws, and pressure washers, as well as trusted power tools from top brands like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Bethany Building Center, everything for the builder and the do-it-yourselfer.
Make every room your favorite room with O'Neill's Home Furnishings in Bethany. From lazy boy recliners and stylish sectionals to bedroom sets and dining tables built to last, we bring comfort and style together. Plus, enjoy free delivery, setup, and takeaway within 60 miles. Financing is available, subject to credit approval. Visit o'neillshomefurnishings.com or call 660-425-7200. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. O'Neill's, where great style meets everyday living.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here on the O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show. 9-0 is the lead as we get ready. I think they're going to put 3 more minutes on the clock and come back for the kickoff. South Harrison will be kicking off to Brookfield here to begin the second half of play. I want to thank all of our sponsors: O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings, Harrison County Community Hospital, Little Clara's Garden, Green Hills Insurance, Petty John Auto Center, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, Bethany Rotary Club, Bethany Building Center, United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, El Nopal Authentic Mexican Food, BTC Bank, Hidden Acres Cabins, Shelter Insurance, Shane Jones in Bethany, the Bethany Fuel Depot, the Body Shop 24-Hour Fitness Center. And if you are a local business, we're winding up our fall season, but we'll be starting basketball and wrestling into the winter season. I've already talked with a couple businesses that would like to get on board for those winter seasons. And so it's a great way, again, reach potential customers, promote South Harrison athletics, and you look and our numbers continue to grow. Our numbers have been great tonight. We appreciate everyone watching, and we've seen a couple of Brookfield fans watching as well. Barb Meadows, one of our favorite fans, is tuned in when she can't be here. And so you look at that, Andrew, since we started, 125,000 basically total page views, over 3,000 interactions with our content, 257 new followers in just the last few weeks. Yeah. And that continues to grow. And I want to mention, if you're not a follower, make sure to follow, because most of our numbers have been people that aren't following our page. And a great way to stay up to date, know when we go live, is to follow that page. Then on YouTube, 1,800 basically total views, over 500 hours of content watched. And so people have been tuning in. We really appreciate that. Also want to mention our family sponsors throughout the year. And so I'll show you the graphic at the end, but for $20 through the season, you can be a family sponsor. Brian and Mary Quinley, Randall and Barbara Axon, Daryl Quinley, Lois Cavanaugh, Grace Lawrence and Daniel Payne, Matt and Carrie Johnson, Thomas and Carlin Hudelmeyer, Jason and Vanessa Taggart, Pat and Candy Haffey, Jeff and Tiffany Botcher, Larry and Brenda Holmes, Eric and Kathy Sweat, Andrew's parents, Dave and Pat Barnett, Aaron and Danielle Fitzpatrick, Jack and Kelsey McCall, Andrew and Shyla Calloway, Cephas and Ingrid Panamogan, Brandon and Ollie Pulse, Chris and Courtney Schoening, Brian and Krista Corbett, Patrick and Melissa Miller, Michael and Jess Estes, Paul Barone, Dick and Roberta Smith, Keith and Rhonda Deskin, Shirley McKinney, Eric and BG Coffey, Kel and Tori Watson, Michael and Shelby Burrows, Nate and Aaron Wagler, Robert and Rochelle Weller, Bill and Christy Clark, Justin and Wendy Johnson, Roy and Janet Plackmeyer, Nick and Heather Fitzgerald, Charles Hoover, Maury and Barb Meadows, Clinton Lindsay Meadows, Paula Coffey, Brian and Brooke Barnett, and I'm not sure, I think we may have added some recently, but there's the information, $20 per school year. You can Venmo us, you can find us and in person, but we so appreciate everyone watching, and so we wrap up the O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show as we'll get ready for kickoff here in the second half. Again, South Harrison will be kicking off, Andrew. And time for their defense to step up and get a stop and see if they can't push this lead out even further.
Yeah, really impressed by the defense in the first half. Now we'll see what Brookfield offensively comes out with. See if they switch it up any, continue the pass game. Sounds like the fans are fired up for the second half of action in this pivotal GRC matchup, as Jet Cornett is going to drop kick this one, and it is a fair catch.
Fair caught. Number three,
Ryder Tishaw.
So beginning of the third quarter, South Harrison got that safety. And what's funny, Andrew, I was thinking about this at halftime. I'm thinking about all the safeties I've seen on this field that South Harrison has got, and almost all of them have been in that end zone. I think my son had two in one game down in that end zone. And
it's the lucky end zone.
Yeah, it seems like that's where South Harrison likes to go, down by that bell.
Here's Phoenix Jordan in the offense. Trips here on the near side. And he's going to do a little pitch action to Parent, the running back, Colton Parent, running down the sideline, and he might be gone on the first play from scrimmage. And Brookfield starts the second half off with a bang, but there is flags flying all over the place, so this...
A couple of them come late there.
Yeah.
So the one thing you'd have to ask, is it during the play or is it after the play?
Yeah, after the touchdown. I only saw him after the play, but
yeah, it looked like if it is, depending on who it's on, that it would be dead ball. And Brookfield's pushing towards South Harrison. That time, I think it was whoever was it outside linebacker, maybe Gage Barclay. He took the quarterback, and South Harrison just did not have someone that was able to get that assignment on that option play.
Yeah, the pitch was perfectly timed just to where he got it off, and Colton Parent was off to the races after that.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be on South Harrison.
Yeah.
As they're looking towards the Brookfield sideline. It looks like also Brookfield's possibly going to go for two here.
Well, if you're Brookfield, that's exactly what you wanted to start this half. You know, silence the South Harrison crowd, gain a little bit of momentum back. And
yep. Personal foul. So it was, I guess, during the play. So we'll decline it.
And South Harrison, the penalties decline. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Well, Brookfield offense will stay on the field and go for this 2-point conversion. Try to make it an 8-9 game as Phoenix Jordan in the gun with Colton Parent to his left. Going to be a direct snap to Colton Parent, and looks like he's going to be swallowed up and not getting it.
Yeah.
So good stop there. So it'll make it a 9-6 game. South Harrison still with the lead.
All right, we'll step away, be back for more action after this commercial break.
Harrison County Community Hospital, your trusted hometown healthcare provider. We're here for you with a 24-hour emergency department, inpatient and outpatient care, and a full range of health services. Our primary care clinics in Bethany and Eagleville are here to meet your everyday health needs. And we're growing with you. Soon, we'll open our brand new state-of-the-art hospital built to serve our community with even greater care right here at home. Our mission is simple: exceptional care for every patient, every day. Learn more at hcchospital.org.
All right, so big play there out of the Brookfield offense. So we thought maybe they'd come out throwing. They come out running, attack the edge. And honestly, Andrew, that's one of those two. It was almost set up by formation, right? They go everyone left, and then they run that speed option away from the strength of the formation. And South Harrison just got outflanked out there.
Yeah, it's just those big plays that end up hurting South Harrison. You have about one of them every week, and the magnitude of a game like this, you really can't afford to let up plays like that. But it's to be kicked off, and Taggart is running backwards to pick it up, and he's just gonna have to fall on the ground. And so really bad starting field position for South Harrison.
South Harrison will start their drive at their own 10-yard line.
And so again, right, that's a momentum play. They get the big score, and then that's one of those. I don't know, right? If you're Kel Taggart, when it's over your head, I think that one might have bounced into the end zone. I mean, you never know, and you don't want to leave it on the one because it's obviously a live ball.
Yeah, but that'll give Brookfield a bit more confidence as South Harrison starts on their own 10.
Yeah, so big edge here, field position-wise.
So Cornett going to hand it off to Mason Galloway, and Galloway's gets around his blocker there, Coffee, and the ball is
it was
on the
it was down. I mean,
being ruled down.
That came out really late.
Yeah, I think they are going to call him down. So good run there by Mason Galloway.
That'll be good for a Bulldog.
As he gets the first down, Brookfield sideline is not happy. They thought that was a fumble.
Got 11, but just watch. I mean, that was so late after. And granted, and I heard, someone from the stands talking about the whistle, and sometimes officials kind of let those go. And
so first down and 10 from the South Harrison 21. Let me hand off to Craig Coffey, and Coffey with another good run here as they can't stop him tonight. Going to get about 7 there.
Yeah, nice job by Coffey. That play was supposed to go to the right, and he just slipped out to the left. And
by Damian Glasgow.
It's
good
actually
gain, brings up second down.
We'll get the marker right on the other side. We'll get it set. Actually, about 9 on that one.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot closer to the first down marker than I thought initially.
Yeah, me too. It looked like maybe it was a little shorter after that big gain.
So second down and 2. Looks like from the 30, Cornett and hand it off.
Hand off to Craig Coffey.
Short gain there, but it will be enough for the first down.
Yeah, when you can get 9 on first down, that really opens up things on second down. And so the ability to be able to get in there. As we will switch announcers here. Up in the box, Jeremy Van Meter will join us.
Yeah, so 10 minutes remaining. Understand he's going to hand it off up the middle. That's Craig Coffey. Only gets a couple.
Yeah, and that's a short one. Gets a couple.
And so South Harrison sticking to that run game here.
And I think if you're South Harrison, right, you have the lead. It's 3 points. You still have the lead. You got to lean on this run game. You can't get out of your – I think even if you would have been trailing by 3, you've got to do what is the strength of your team. And South Harrison, we know it's that offensive line in this run game with Coffey and Galloway.
So here again, they'll hand it off to Coffey. This time, Brookfield defense was able to stuff him.
He might have got 1.
Brookfield D-line.
We'll go ahead and call it
third and about 6.
3rd and 6 here.
Yeah, this is a big third down.
It
You're
is.
still in your own territory.
Kind of surprised Andrew South Harrison just stuck with that interior.
Yeah.
Twice in a row there is a lot of beef on the interior of that Brookfield line, and they're walking those linebackers right up into those A gaps. Now they'll spread them out.
So 3rd down and 7. Cornett lines up in the gun. We got trips here on the near side. Cornett looking to pass. He's going to fire. Trevor Henry catches it, but he's going to be well short of that first down marker. About a couple yards shy. That'll bring up a crucial 4th down.
Brought down by Perry, going to be short of the
That's
first
going to
down,
be
bring up
4th and 2. And that's one of those, Andrew, and again, right, Henry, a young guy, sophomore. You want to make sure if you're running that, you know where that first down marker is, and you get beyond it when
it's like
you
kind
hook.
of step back a little bit.
Yeah, find your space, and it looks like South Harrison's going to go ahead and go for it here with 4th and short, and be interesting to see what this call is.
This would be a massive play if Brookfield's able to stop this. They're going to have very good field position. It looks like handoff to Coffee. And he's got it. First down, South Harrison.
Enough for a Bulldogs.
And that's one of those needed 2, got 3. Welcome in my mother-in-law watching, her and my father-in-law watching tonight. And so it's one of those.
1st and 10 on the 49-yard line.
Brookfield knows what's coming, probably.
Yeah.
And if you're South Harrison, you just think, hey, I believe we can. Our big running back can still get this, and South Harrison didn't. Sometimes you can outthink yourself on those plays, Andrew, and South Harrison able to get the big first down, keep the chains moving.
Great execution. On 4th down as Eckerson will come in motion. Be a toss out to that far side. Mason Galloway, the speedster, breaks free for the first down. And they're into Brookfield territory.
Yeah, and that's one of those, right? I was talking to Coach Schoening in our interview, and it actually might have been afterwards. He and I sometimes will visit before and after an interview, right? Some plays are setting up other plays. They've been running in between the tackles almost right over the guard a lot tonight, a lot more than we've seen them.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's the old standby, right? You get the ball outside into Galloway's hands, and when he's got it out there, he's had a couple big plays.
So Hoover comes in motion, handoff the middle to Coffee, but nothing going there.
There's a lot of bodies in there.
Carried by Mason Galloway.
Excuse me, that was Mason Galloway.
Going to bring up 2nd and 9.
So just a short gain as Hoover comes out, and Eckerson will run the play in from Coach Chris Schoening sideline. Actually, Trevor Henry's going to bring it in. So we'll go from a wing to a receiver. 15 seconds on the play clock, and coming up on 6 minutes here in the 3rd quarter.
Cornett from the gun. Twins on the far side. Halfback draw handoff to Coffee as he lowers his shoulder and gets a few there, but it'll still be 3rd down.
Yeah, Coffee made something out of nothing there.
Yeah, it looked like the play was shot from the beginning. He was still able to get a couple yards, but
3rd and 7.
And that's one of those, Andrew, right? They're just bringing their linebackers right up the center of the field, right in your formation. Then maybe you try to take advantage with something different here of the aggressiveness of that Brookfield defense.
Coffee Galloway in the backfield. Hoover on the wing back spot. He's going to hand this one off to Galloway. And Galloway is going to be a yard shy of the first down marker.
Going to be a yard shy of the first down.
So it'll be 4th down.
But it definitely sets South Harrison up in those positions. I mean, you don't want to be in 4th down, but 4th and 1 is a position they're comfortable with.
Yeah, 4th and 1 in your own or in Brookfield territory.
And so this is one, right? We went to the bread and butter last time, Andrew. Do you go back to it, or do you try to get to the edge?
You got to do your bread and butter.
I think so. Just tell your line, look, we got to make a hole, and Brookfield's got a lot of guys right in.
Looks like
in the middle.
That's what they're going to do. Coffee up the middle. He's going to get that first down, and
yeah, he's way out there.
Yeah, good effort there. He moves the chains.
And so Andrew, right? You've been on the other side of this. How defeating is that as a defender? You're out there and you get them to fourth down, and boom, they get it, and boom, they get it again.
Yeah, it's almost worse that way because you're even more gassed than you would have been if they just get first down after first down.
Yeah, look right there. We've got some defenders with hands on their hips. We got a defender bent down there waiting, and here comes this big South Harrison offensive line again.
First down and 10, the Brookfield 31. Eckerson comes in motion. They're going to do that toss out to Galloway, but this time they wrap him up in the backfield.
Going to be brought down in the backfield by
Shaw, I think, was out there.
Yeah.
Going to bring up 2nd and 12.
So lost that time. So we've seen Shaw a couple times here get back there.
Yeah. He's been able to get.
And so South Harrison, right, we haven't seen him put the ball in the air a ton tonight. Is this a play 2nd and long that you see him do something or just try to get something positive maybe and set up 3rd down?
We'll see what they do. They are going to look to pass here. Jet Cornett drops back. He fires a good ball, and it is knocked away incomplete, just a little underthrown there. As tight end Gage Barclay was open.
Yeah, that's one of those.
Bring up 3rd and 12.
Cornett put a little air underneath it. If he can get it out ahead of him, Barclay had done a nice job of sneaking behind the defender. And so.
Yeah, 3rd down and 12, it looks like.
And this is one of those, Andrew, right? You're 4 down territory. You don't need to get 12 here. Get 6, get 7.
Yeah.
Get something positive so you don't have to drop back and try to tech mobile this thing all the way down. Just get something positive here.
If you're Brookfield, you're looking to get some pressure on Cornett here and maybe try to get a sack, but he's got all the time in the world as he rolls out, connects the pass, and it's caught, and they're going to do exactly that. Have 4 downs to try to convert as they only have about 2 or 3 to get the first down now.
Yeah, and that's it, right? You don't have to get it all. Just get something, and so 4th and in that range. Now, you're not 4th and 1 where you're definitely going run for this. So, again, we welcome everyone watching here. The Robertsons watching on Bulldog Sports TV. We appreciate everyone tuning in.
4th down and 3. And they're going to jet Cornett, quarterback keeper, on the near side here as he steps out of bounds. What a pickup. What a play for South Harrison.
And that's one of those we've talked about, right? Jet Cornett coming into his own from a quarterback standpoint. But the one thing we knew he had coming in is he's an athlete.
Yeah.
And you get an athlete out in space and see what they can do. And nice little boots. And I like the fact they booted him back to the right where he had the opportunity. If someone's open as a right-hand quarterback, gives you the chance to throw the ball. And he just able to turn on just. And I like he also made the decision a little quicker than we saw in the first half there.
Sometimes he can be prone to staying back a little bit there, but he went ahead and went forward on the first down handoff here. Not a lot going. Galloway gets maybe 1.
Yeah, and that's
going to be a 1-yard gain. Going to bring up 2nd and 9.
Kind of the little cross buck play there. So South Harrison can, right, get another first down inside the 10.
Yeah, if you're Brookfield, you really can't afford another score here. I mean, late in the 3rd quarter, there's definitely a lot of time left, but you started off this half with a bang on that big touchdown play. But this will kind of suck some of the momentum out of that as it's 2nd down and 9. The handoff here. Galloway is hit hard, but he gets a good pickup. Brings up 3rd down.
Going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, so 3rd and 4 here. And again, 4 down territory. And South Harrison has been using them all. here these last couple times they've got up against it. And so the one thing I will say, Brookfield has done a nice job of running to the football.
Yeah.
I mean, they had 3 or 4 guys on Galloway on that jet sweep, making sure he couldn't squeeze out of it.
Big third down here. Handoff to Galloway. And
power by Galloway.
Well, he's close.
Close.
To be close to the first down, brought down by.
Looks like it's probably just going to be a fourth down.
Going to be just short.
So I think
fourth and inches.
Yeah, this looks like less than a yard here. And so, all right, this is where, again, you think it's probably Cray Coffee time.
Yeah, 20 seconds left in this third quarter.
And I think South Harrison, just based on the way the play clock's set up, is going to have to run this one.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's like a half a second difference, so they're going to line up here. Hand it off to Coffee. He didn't get much, but I think.
Hand off to Coffee. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, we'll wait and check this.
It's a crucial measurement. Possibly an illegal motion. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, I would assume he got it, and I think they're going to look. So by looking at it, I would guess this flag's against South Harrison. That is the end of the third quarter, but we're going to hold it here for a moment and see.
I'll see what the call is. They're keeping us guessing.
Looks like it's going to be illegal shift where his hands are.
Oh, they keep pointing. Nope.
Illegal shift to offense.
Yeah, so. We're going to wait here for just a moment.
A little bit of tension here between the
Brookfield coaches coming out on the field. They want to stay away from a flag. And there we got it.
Yeah, that's not going to help your situation out.
And that's a killer.
To start the fourth quarter.
And that's going to be on the Brookfield bench. So we'll step away, be back for more after this commercial break.
Harrison County Community Hospital, your trusted hometown healthcare provider. We're here for you with a 24-hour emergency department, inpatient and outpatient care, and a full range of health services. Our primary care clinics in Bethany and Eagleville are here to meet your everyday health needs. And we're growing with you. Soon we'll open our brand new state-of-the-art hospital built to serve our community with even greater care right here at home. Our mission is simple: exceptional care for every patient, every day. Learn more at hcchospital.org.
All right, so we're back here at South Harrison. There were actually a couple flags there. The initial one was against South Harrison, Andrew. And then the Brookfield bench comes, and I don't know if what they're arguing about, because the initial penalty, again, was against South Harrison.
Yeah.
But then the flag comes on Brookfield, and so we'll wait for it all to sort out a little bit, but if it is what we think it is, right, so that initial illegal shift against South Harrison would be a 5-yard penalty, then an unsportsmanlike call would be an automatic first down and half the distance to the goal.
Yeah. That could be a big killer if that does stand. I mean,
and so,
still a little bit of mystique here.
Yeah.
What's going to come out of this.
I will say this. That was an emphatic flag throw, though.
Yeah.
On the sideline.
He threw that with a purpose.
I think there's a play left in the quarter.
For a lot of tension here, as this is a massive GRC matchup between two of the top teams in the conference. I'm sure everybody around the conference has their eye on this game, as it is 9-6.
So, still some discussion. We'll go ahead and bring the camera down on the official, and we'll catch him on his way down to the other end. We'll see if we get any more signal. The officials will talk to themselves. So we'll wait and see here. It still shows 4th down.
It still says 4th and 1.
So we will wait.
So it appears to be 4th and 1.
Or no, looks like maybe. So it is going to be 4th and 1. We had an illegal shift, and then
the 6-yard line.
It just looks like, I mean, it's 4th and less than 1 here for South Harrison.
4th and inches, so big down for both squads. And the ball was fumbled, but that might have been.
Were they trying a little tush push there?
Quarterback sneak by Coffee. See where the ball is placed.
That's
a first down.
Sorry, it was a first down. I thought I saw the ball drop on the ground. Maybe it didn't.
Yeah, it was definitely a scrum down there, so it's hard to see what was going on. So actually be first down and goal here from the 4.
It's going to be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
So now Brookfield really needs a stop. 11:30 remaining in this ball game. Cornett under center on 1st down, hands it off to Cray Coffee. Coffee, strong run. He's going to be maybe a couple yards shy.
Coffee, initial tackler looks like
he's down to the 2.
69. Lynn Scott going to bring up 2nd and 2.
Appreciate again all the fans watching as well as those watching from Brookfield here on Bulldog Sports TV. 11 minutes to go here in the ball game. South Harrison with the 9-6 lead, and they've got the ball 2nd and goal on the 2.
Cornett takes the snap, hands it off to Galloway. He dives into the end zone. Touchdown, South Harrison. Bulldogs extend their lead with 10:47 remaining in the game. That makes the score 15-6.
Yeah, so Galloway able to follow the blockers in. And so 15-6. And we'll get the extra point from Jet Cornett.
This is to make it a 10-point game. Kick is up and away. And it is good.
It's good by Cornett. It brings your score to 16-6, South Harrison.
All right, so they got the lead, the Bulldogs. See if their defense can hold it here. We'll step away, be back after this.
At Petty John Auto Center, we put customers first, making car buying easy and stress-free with honest pricing and no hidden fees. Choose from 9 trusted brands of new cars: Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, plus more than 250 quality pre-owned vehicles. Our service department is here to keep you on the road with confidence. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bethany, Albany, and Trenton, or browse our inventory anytime at pettyjohnauto.com.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here on Bulldog Sports TV as we get ready for the kickoff. Let me get our quarter adjusted on our scoreboard. It is the 4th quarter, 10:47 to go. And it was a quick score, Andrew, for Brookfield coming out of half.
Yeah.
And then South Harrison a long drive to answer.
I feel like I haven't seen Brookfield's offense in a while.
Yeah, it really does, especially all those 4th downs.
Basically a whole quarter, I mean.
Yeah, a lot of time.
A little bit of drama on that last South Harrison drive, but it would end up in a touchdown. So it's a 10-point game. Brookfield desperate for a score here, as South Harrison is set to drop kick this one away. Cornett. Maybe number 34, Colden Parent. He's the guy who had the big touchdown earlier in the game, and here's a really good return by Parent, and he's still up, and he's
Parent with the return.
Yeah, that's one of the issues that South Harrison's had this year is the special teams letting up big plays like that.
Yeah, that has definitely been an issue at times for South Harrison on the special teams. And, boy, it looked like they had someone in coverage, and Parent just able to hit the gas and set up his blocks on the outside.
Hate to do it as a coach, but that's when he's got to start thinking maybe putting in some of the older guys in special teams when it's been such a disaster. But here's Phoenix. Jordan on the quarterback keeper. It's maybe 4 yards.
By Ethan Smith for about 3 yards, going to bring up 2nd and 7.
So gain of 3 there. That's the first time we've seen Jordan run it inside. He's worked that speed option a couple times. And Brookfield continue to work out of the shotgun.
2nd down and 7. Jordan in the gun. There's 2 backs on each side. He's going to hand this one off the middle. Cameron Perry. It's maybe 2 or 3, but it's going to bring up a big 3rd down.
Yeah, so 3rd and 4. And again, right, this situation, Andrew, 4-down territory for Brookfield as well when we saw South Harrison down in this situation.
Here we go. Phoenix Jordan looking to pass. He fires. Incomplete. No flags.
By number 11, Trevor Henry.
Trevor Henry in there.
And that's one of those, right, a fairly bang-bang play. Henry comes in making the play on the ball, which I think probably stays away from the flag as he's making that break on the ball. But
so now this is a massive 4th down, and this crowd is getting hyped up. Big moment for Phoenix Jordan. And this Brookfield offense, he's trying to do the hard count, trying to get him to jump off sides. Under 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. He snaps it. Phoenix Jordan swallowed up. He tries to break free, but he's tackled. Turnover on down, South Harrison football.
Yeah, Nick Mars right on that one. And a good job, right? Containment outside, Andrew. Right, they forced him back to the inside, and there's, right, Nick Mars, that
just
defensive end.
Nothing for Jordan to do there. As South Harrison takes over again.
1st and 10 on the 30-yard line.
No, and this is one of those now, right, if you're South Harrison, the clock is your friend, and keeping the ball on the ground is your friend. Here with the 9:19 to play in the game and the 10-point lead. Again, the nice thing with the 10-point lead, Andrew, if you can salt away a little bit of time, it's a 2-score lead.
Yeah.
And so you know they can't beat you with one play.
Yeah, you want another drive like you had last one that takes up about 10 minutes. So there's going to be a toss around the outside to Mason Galloway. Going to be a flag, but Mason Galloway still on his feet. He breaks free, still in bounds, ball out. Picked up out of bounds.
I think it's going to be all for naught.
Yeah, it might be coming back regardless.
Knocked out of bounds at about the Mason Galloway on the sweep going to be knocked out of bounds about the 30. There is a flag on the play.
A lot happened on that play, but
yeah, that was, again, that's happened a couple times tonight where it seems like
still waiting to see what they're
going. I think they're pointing towards South Harrison. I think it's going to be a hold on the outside.
It's going to be holding on South Harrison.
Out on the edge.
So it will come back. Regardless, really good run there.
Yeah, and again, right, it's that thing. You're former running back. Just keep those feet moving.
Yep.
And the problem with the hold is that is a tough penalty.
Yep.
Because it's 10 yards.
Stops the clock as well.
It's going to bring up 1st and 20 on the 20-yard line.
I guess the only good thing about it is if you're going to get the hold, do it on 1st down, so you still have 3 downs at least to try to get back some of those negative yards.
Well, it'll be 1st and 20 on the South Harrison 20.
They're going to go trips to the short side here is South Harrison.
Got Cornett in the gun. It's Coffey, Henry, and Taggart there. Little pump fake. Jack Cornett scrambling around. He's getting chased down by number 20. dumps it off to Gage Barclay, and Barclay thrown toward the first down marker. Didn't quite get it, but that only helped him, I think.
He got.
Glasgow.
And that
18-yard gain going to bring up 2nd and 2.
That was a nice job of Cornett, right, using his legs to find some time, but also keeping his eyes down the field. And Barclay just stayed with it. He just kept hanging out in that open gap in the zone. And you mentioned, right, the defender kind of flung him forward for about another 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah.
That clock's running down to 8:20 now here in the ball game.
I'm kind of surprised they passed it there, but it ended up working out. 2nd down and short, handoff to Galloway. Looks like he's going to be stopped short, maybe a yard or less.
There's a scrum over there.
Down by a pack of Brookfield.
Oh, boy, it
is very close.
Yeah, a lot closer than I thought. 3rd and less than a yard. So big play here for both teams, Andrew, is 7:45 to go. And a first down here means you can work another almost 2 minutes off this clock if you can get it, as long as you don't get a penalty or put the ball in the air and get an incomplete pass.
7:27 on the clock. Here's the handoff, and wow, I think
he's keeping his feet going, but I don't think he got it.
I think they stopped him. So that'll bring up 4th down.
By Glasgow, both Glasgows going to still be short, 4th and short.
So here's a big call for head coach Chris Schoening. You got to expect he's probably going to go for it here, given the lead.
I think the 10-point lead definitely probably puts you more in that, and the way your defense has played here, other than the one big play on the score.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, Andrew. I mean, do you go hard count, see if you can get them off? You got 3 timeouts, because obviously you need to make sure you hold your own water, but you can get them to jump, you get a free first down.
Here we go. Big 4th down. South Harrison in their own territory, but there's going to be a timeout
that time
by the South Harrison Bulldogs.
Play clock got down to under 5, and I think Coach Schoening wanted to talk about it. We'll step away for 30 seconds, be back after this commercial break.
For 125 years, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri has proudly served as your locally owned community bank. From convenient online banking and our easy-to-use mobile app, we're here to meet all of your financial needs. With 10 locations across northern Missouri and southern Iowa, you'll always find trusted service close to home. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, locally owned, locally trusted, banking Bethany can count on. Learn more at onlinefarmersbank.com. Member FDIC.
All right, CF Rainey, Andrew Sweat back here on Bulldog Sports TV. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, we appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate, again, all of our sponsors, family sponsors as well. Big play coming up, Andrew. 6.5 to go, 6:34 on the clock in the ball game. South Harrison with the 10-point lead and the ball, and it's 4th and less than a yard, but they're in South Harrison territory here.
Yeah, Brookfield desperately needs this stop. They're down 10 points. 6.5 remaining. And they just can't afford to keep this South Harrison offense on the field, because all they do is just, chew that clock as much as they can. So we'll see how this Brookfield Bulldog defense can respond here on 4th down and short. The snap handoff to Coffey, and he got that first down.
Coffey bulldogs his way to a first down. That's enough for a South Harrison.
Yeah, big play there by Coffey. And again, right, big players make big plays in the right time. And the clock will start running again now under 6.5 minutes. And when you've got the guy, right, the all-conference, all-district running back, you got the big running back.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just say, we don't care if they know what we're going to do. We need guys to make plays, and South Harrison did it there and can run off at least more time here.
And that clock just keeps on ticking. Galloway comes in motion. Or excuse me, that's Galloway right now with the ball. That same sideline that he's had a lot of success in. He's down this sideline. Mason Galloway. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
South Harrison. No flag, right? No flag?
I think they're trying to.
No, let's see here.
Yeah,
do we have?
There's a flag on the field.
On the far side, maybe? Are we pointing at something?
There is a flag.
Here on the near side.
Sorry, they're using these pink flags. So there it is.
Yeah,
so it
that
is
one
down
is
the field.
So another big Galloway run taken back.
Yeah, so it'll be a spot foul. So we'll go ahead.
An offense spot foul.
Get back here.
First and 11.
So you just hate to see it as a South Harrison Bulldog fan. But another really good run by Mason Galloway.
Honestly, the big problem with that was that was almost behind the play because Galloway was out ahead.
It's the more frustrating ones that didn't even affect the play.
But now under 6 minutes to go here in the ball game.
Still first down. Eckerson comes in motion. As the handoff to Galloway. This time they wrap him up. He needed a little extra
Galloway
effort there, but
lead run brought down by
second down and about 8.
Wattenberger going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Well, that was a nice job. Appreciate everyone watching and commenting. 2nd and 8 here. That clock tick, tick, tick. Again, that is South Harrison what they want to do, and they're going to take all the time they can.
At this point, if you're Brookfield and you want to get away with a win here, you're going to need a lot to go right for you. As Galloway comes in motion, high snap, handoff to Coffee. It's
with the draw up the
maybe a
middle.
yard.
Brought down by number 8.
Third down and 7.
Third and 7. Bennett on the stop there of Coffee, and so a little surprised maybe 3rd and long. Brookfield isn't taking a timeout here.
Yeah, they're going to let that clock roll.
I think obviously if South Harrison doesn't get it, they will probably take a timeout. But now we're getting down around 4.5 minutes here.
Yep. Brookfield with 3 timeouts, South Harrison with 2. Big 3rd down. They're letting that play clock run down before every snap. They're going to get this one off. He barely does. Cornett looking to pass here as he rolls out. Chased down. He's going to step out of bounds. Not exactly what you want to do.
No, it's
It'll
not.
Stop the clock. 4:11 remaining, and it's 4th down.
Yeah.
So now you almost have to punt, I feel like.
Yeah, I think you're definitely going to punt here. Need to make sure you cover it. Honestly, I'd tell Cornett, find the sideline, and let's at least get, 20, 30 yards, and I'm okay putting it out of bounds. And just special teams-wise, they got 2. Brookfield has 2 back here.
Yeah, you want to kick it away. And Jet Cornett's going to take off with it. And he's not going to get it, though. I don't think.
He got the first down.
Did he get it?
He's going to be close to a first down.
He's going to be.
It's going to be close. I think he's got it. South Harrison isn't happy with the mark.
I don't think the refs know for sure here. I initially didn't think he got it, but
knocked out of bounds. Looks like they're going to measure.
I guess we'll see here.
And so that's one of those. Cornett's done that a couple times where I think he'll rush out and look, and the chains are going to have to come all the way across the field to get this measurement. And Andrew, we've got players in front of us. It's hard for us to see.
Yeah.
South Harrison. It's a big play as we get chain gang members coming across. Got guys that have been running these chains a long time. The official will take this one away from Mr. Smith, Dick Smith. Scott Taylor on the other end, and we'll stretch it out. And I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but we'll definitely
We'll tell you when we get the call.
Hear a roar one way or another. They're going to stretch it.
Yeah, it looks like it might be marked.
put
Short,
it down. Looks like it's short by an inch.
Wow.
So the interesting thing is there, right, that official comes all the way down the sideline to make that spot, and South Harrison not happy with it.
Yeah, take the chance. Sometimes it doesn't work out for you, but this Bulldog defense, they've been stout tonight as long as they can get some pressure
and
on
honestly,
Jordan.
Andrew, so it'll be 1st and 10 now for Brookfield, but probably not a bad shot.
No.
I mean, you don't give up a ton of field position, maybe I don't know, 15, 20 yards, depending on the return there.
Yeah, and Colton Parent was a dangerous return man back there, so who knows? He might have took it deep into South Harrison territory.
So I think, right, because if you get it, you can basically almost salt this thing away. Granted, 3 timeouts for Brookfield. We'll get the ball switched and come back out here with Phoenix Jordan in shotgun and a bunch to his left.
4 minutes remaining. First down and 10. The Brookfield 46. Jordan sacked. Joel McCall in there. Case Morgan around there as well, and that's just massive at this point in the game.
Yeah, big sack by McCall, working from that defensive tackle spot.
2nd and 17.
So loss of 7. And the other thing we don't talk about, right, there's no one open because he was looking downfield. He didn't have a lot of time, but South Harrison able to squeeze him.
So trips here on the near side on 2nd down. Phoenix Jordan, quick toss. It's going to be he's going to toss it back. Fumble on the ground.
I think South Harrison got
South
on it.
Harrison has recovered. And that might as well do it, folks. Tried a little hook and ladder play there. It didn't work out for him.
No, and a Brookfield defender coming out. And here's the thing, right? You're down 10. You need 2 scores. If they get it, there's possibly room to the outside.
Yeah.
But a nice job, South Harrison. And I don't remember who it was, but there was a hit right on the receiver that got it first.
Yeah.
And caused that pitch back to go behind the line of scrimmage and onto the ground, where Case Morgan, sophomore linebacker, able to cover. And boy, we've talked about a lot of big plays here tonight, Andrew. And
yeah. Exciting game to call for sure.
No, it's been a whole lot of fun after the last few weeks where it's kind of been over and in the bag. And
JV's
now
in
South
the game by
Harrison,
this point. But
yeah, just need to work this clock.
And it'll be Coffee, the short little gain here. And it turns out into a pretty nice gain, about 5 yards.
Coffee, brought down by number 30.
Yeah, Brookfield still has all their timeouts. I don't think they're calling them yet, though.
Yeah, and at some point, right, you've got to use them just to – because if South Harrison get this down under 2, then your chance of scoring twice becomes really difficult. But no timeout from Coach Corey Luke of Brookfield at this point.
Under 3 minutes. South Harrison taking their sweet time here. The handoff to Mason Galloway. Does he finally get his big run? He's getting a nice pickup there.
Down by number 4, Glasgow.
4 is going to
Gonna bring up 3rd and 1.
Just shy of that first down marker.
Gain of 5 there on 2nd and 6. And so 3rd down play here, and Andrew, the clock 2:10, and South Harrison can take this down under 2 minutes. There's still 15 seconds on that play clock. Kind of catch it in the corner of your screen there.
Really surprised they haven't taken their timeouts, but 3rd down and short. It's the handoff to Coffee, and that'll be a first down.
Coffee, that's enough for a South Harrison.
So now you got to assume they're going to start taking the timeouts.
Yeah, so they'll stop the clock, and honestly, Andrew, maybe at this point,
going to be 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line.
It looks like Brookfield's just willing to let this clock run at this point. Down 2 scores.
Now 1st down and 10. The Brookfield 14. We'll see if South Harrison can't punch in another score, even though they don't really need to. As Coffee with the carry here.
Coffee with the run, brought down by number 30, Keller. It's going to be a timeout.
Yeah, this has to feel good for, the seniors who battled against Brookfield last year, who, put up a whooping on them at Brookfield. On their senior night, they're able to get this massive W and potentially move to 6-1. I don't want to say it for sure yet because don't want to have the announcers jinx.
The good thing is a minute 18 on the clock. So if you're watching, it's going to be 2nd and 6. South Harrison obviously has it down on the 10-yard line. So the one thing you have to do is you have to secure the football, right? Because you don't want to cough it up and there's a big return. The good thing is you're up 10. So it's not just a one-score game; it's a two-score game. And so secure the snap, secure the ball. Once you get it, put two hands on it. And even if you cannot score again, Brookfield using the timeout there, but they let 2.5 minutes come off once South Harrison got the ball back on the fumble. And so now South Harrison, they get another first down. They can definitely end it here. But again, just need to make sure they're holding on to the football.
Cornett tosses it. Galloway on the far side. Galloway not going to quite get in, it doesn't look like. Maybe tackled out of bounds.
Yeah,
runs out of bounds, but it looks like it's going to be enough for a South Harrison.
And so that's one of those situations, Andrew. Obviously, you'd like to keep the clock rolling, but the first down was of utmost importance.
Yeah, you'll take that too.
And so now it's, first and goal from the 4 or 3?
3, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be first and goal from the 3-yard line.
So South Harrison here, I'm sure we'll get a steady dose of the ball being run.
Is the handoff? Coffee up the middle, touchdown South Harrison. Great Coffee with another score tonight, and that'll be the nail in the coffin, it looks like, for this one.
Yeah, big job that time. And again, right, it's just these running backs, their ability to keep their feet churning and just keep going, and Coffee able to stick that in to go up now 22-6 with the point after attempt from Jet Cornett.
Kick is up, and looks like it's through. That'll make it 23-6. The minute 8 remaining. So what a performance by the Bulldogs tonight of South Harrison.
Yeah, South Harrison gets it. We'll step away for the final minute 8 in the kickoff after that big score after this commercial break.
Craving authentic Mexican flavor? Come to El Nopal in Bethany, where every bite tastes like home. From sizzling fajitas and street-style tacos to refreshing margaritas, El Nopal brings the true taste of Mexico right to your table. And now we can bring the fiesta to you. Book the El Nopal food truck for birthdays, weddings, or any special event. Let us serve up tradition on wheels. El Nopal authentic Mexican food made with love.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here after that touchdown to go up 23-6. South Harrison will be kicking off.
For South Harrison will be number 7, Jack Cornett.
This is one of those, Andrew, right? Do you just kick it on the ground here? I think he doesn't have a tee.
Let's do a.
We'll just try to squib it or something here.
He's going to go back to that drop kick, squibbish kick. Oh, looks like he had a chance to stay in bounds, but we'll go out of bounds.
The other night it was 5 yards from where it went out of bounds.
Yeah, so it looks like Brookfield's not going to take the time to take another kick. But they just want the football, it looks like. So after that penalty on South Harrison.
Looks like Brookfield's going to take the ball on the 35-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Brookfield. with a minute 8 left.
So just a minute 8 left, Andrew, the 23-6 lead. And if you're South Harrison, kind of surprised they don't have more guys back deep.
Yeah, you got to expect a pass here. Gonna do a little screen pass. Connects to his receiver there on the far side as he steps out of bounds. I think that was Perry.
From Jordan to Perry. Knocked out of bounds after a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, Cameron Perry, senior wide receiver.
Going to be 2nd and 1.
So able to get out of bounds, so stops the clock at a minute 1 and trips down here to this side, Andrew.
Jordan from his own 44 throws it deep down the field, and Cornett slips. Looks like it could have been intercepted, but it will be incomplete. Intended for Damian Glasgow.
Falls incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Boy, that ball was like a punt.
Yeah.
I almost couldn't get my angle on the camera. I caught it going up, and I caught it coming down. But it'll bring up 3rd and 1 and 54 seconds on the clock. And obviously, if you're South Harrison, you don't want to give up another score. But that 54 seconds, the time is what you want to see tick away here. And a sack would be huge, although Brookfield does have 2 timeouts.
The South Harrison D-line has been amazing tonight. And there, McCall breaks free, and Taggart almost picks that one off. It was intended for Cameron Perry. We'll bring up a 4th down, though.
Yeah, and that's
4th and 1.
That's one of those, again, Taggart broke in front to get the interception, and Cameron Perry went from offense to defense, and he kind of stripped it to keep it from being intercepted. If you're Brookfield here, you obviously you don't have to throw it. You need the first down. See if they go back to that quarterback run.
Yep. They're going to decide to throw it, a little more rush. They're going to dump this one off to Colden Parent, and Parent the quickster, hit out of bounds.
There's a flag in the backfield around, roughing the passer. And so they were in his face. And so that'll, not only will we get the first down, we'll get penalty yardage on top of it. So roughing the passer on South Harrison. Boy, they're going to just keep marching here. But the big thing for South Harrison, 37 seconds left here.
Yeah.
So right as a defense, they've done well not giving up more than 1 score per game since that loss. In fact, that's the only game, Putnam County, they've given up more than 1 score. So you'd like to hold Brookfield here if you can.
Yeah, first down and 10 from the South Harrison 27. Jordan, there's the deep ball. Was not hauled in, incomplete.
Jordan to Perry falls incomplete.
There's Cameron Perry, intended receiver. Taggart on the coverage.
Yeah, Taggart was out there step for step, but a nice attempt made by the receiver diving. That will stop the clock, 30.2 seconds left here in the ball game, Andrew. And so with the time, we don't know where the score will end up, but with the time, and to South Harrison getting that last touchdown, South Harrison will end up winning this, but we'll see what the final score ends up being.
Jordan passes, and it looks like it was hit off of his shin or foot. Incomplete, though. We'll bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, and he had 2 receivers there, and the ball kind of fell between the 2. So this has been last week, South Harrison's big win over Maysville. We were trying to find something to keep us busy in the second half. And this game's definitely kept us going here with the 25.8 seconds to go.
Yeah, this South Harrison defense once again potentially could allow single-digit score. We'll see what happens here on this last drive. As looks like Parent just going to be tackled, swallowed up in the backfield. Johnson is in there, and
nothing
Ethan
there.
Smith.
In fact, loss of a yard there by Parent. So I think they're right. You get South Harrison lined up thinking, pass, and the clock's running here on that. No timeout from
this will
Brookfield.
be the last play of the game.
See if they get it out, off or not. They don't. That's the ball game right there.
That's your ball game. The clock stays 0.
And the South Harrison Bulldogs are going to move to 6-1 on the year and get a W on senior night. It's an overall impressive performance against a really good Brookfield Bulldogs team.
Yeah, South Harrison able to get that going, and big win for the Bulldogs. And that is a final there in your scoreboard, 23-6. We see the teams shaking hands there in midfield. We'll talk about it in our Green Hills postgame show, but South Harrison comes up with a big GRC win. We'll step away, hear from a couple of our sponsors, be back for more after this.
Remember when filling up your car meant more than just pumping gas? At Bethany Fuel Depot, we're bringing that service back. We'll fill your tank, clean your windshield, and send you on your way with a smile, just like the good old days. Inside, you'll find a general store with vintage candy, nostalgic treats, and unique gifts. We're open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., with pumps available 24/7. Find us across from Petty John's, Bethany Fuel Depot, full service and full of charm.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank Mascot debit card. For each swipe of your Mascot debit card, BTC Bank donates 7.5 cents to the school represented on your card. It's a simple step you can take to have a big impact on your community at no cost to you. Stop by a branch today to get your Mascot debit card and start making a difference immediately. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world, generations of leaders build new friendships and help solve problems. Take action with us. The Bethany Rotary Club strives to make a difference in our community. Our projects help improve life to those both close to home and around the world. Come serve with us. Find out more at Rotary.org.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat here on the Green Hills Insurance postgame show. If you need it insured, Green Hills has you covered. So, Andrew, a big GRC win. This is a game, since that Putnam County game, this is the one game I think most people that pay attention to the Grand River Conference had circled. Last week, Brookfield versus Gallatin was one of those games. Brookfield ends up with the win versus Gallatin. Then South Harrison comes up with the big 23-6 win here versus Brookfield, and move to 6-1.
6-1, yep.
On the season, and just the one loss to Putnam County. And so it started out the way South Harrison would have wanted to, right? They're able to move the ball, then the fumble. Brookfield starts moving it. They get a stop, and South Harrison, though, able to score and just continue to work that magic with the run game. Defensively, another great game. Gave up a couple of plays, but just holds Brookfield to 6, and able to get a big victory.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, I'm always impressed by the South Harrison offense. The run game was on par tonight, like always. I was really impressed with that defense, though, because I was interested to see how they would play. You know, Phoenix Jordan coming back into the game. We knew he was injured. He ends up starting, so that kind of messes up your anticipation and preparation for the week practice-wise. In South Harrison, they've struggled defending the pass this year against different teams. It's kind of been their one weak point. But they really, that D-line is really what showed up tonight, to where we didn't really have to worry about that too much because, Phoenix Jordan was always running around, having to try to make a play and improvise. But, the South Harrison defense the last 5 weeks, so we had Marceline held them to 7 points. Scotland County held them to 8. Trenton held them to 7. Last week, Maysville held them to 6. And this week against Brookfield, one of the top teams in the GRC, we held them to 6 points. So, and defense playing really well, offense playing really well. Don't have a lot to say besides that. This is a team that can really make a run deep. Just have to come in and week out and just do what you do best.
And so tonight, the one big play wasn't a pass because you mentioned the defensive line, Andrew. The back end was much better, too, defensively for South Harrison.
Yep.
they had guys there. So even when a pass was completed, they had a guy there to make a tackle, make a stop. I know Trevor Henry made a big stop on a decent pass in the first half. And the other thing, Andrew, right, it was nip and tuck, and we know Brookfield, a good enough team to come in here and win a game versus South Harrison. That safety right before the half, right, because Brookfield sucked the wind out of this stadium when they get the stop South Harrison just short of the goal line on a 4th and goal play. Then we turn right around, and South Harrison, Ethan Smith, and that defense, because it was contained on the outside, and Ethan Smith able to chase it down from the backside of it, get that safety, those 2 points. All of a sudden now it's 9-0, and it just kind of turned some things. Although Brookfield was able to answer back at the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, on that play you're talking about, the safety by Ethan Smith, just massive resilience by the South Harrison defense. You know, they understood where they were at on the field. Obviously, you wanted the touchdown, you didn't get it, but they didn't, just kind of let up and wait for halftime at that point. And then they knew they had an opportunity to make a play, and they did. And that's part of the reason why we have the victory tonight. The score, I feel like, the game was a lot closer than the score predicted, talent-wise. And but yeah, South Harrison played super well tonight, and we're looking forward to. This is the last home game of the regular season. Looking forward to the next 2 games. We have at Polo, at Gallatin, 2 teams that aren't any cakewalk for sure. Gallatin especially, but you can't look forward to districts too much yet. We're looking at the seeding and our records and everything, but we got to finish out these 2 games strong.
And so Andrew will be with me next Friday down in Polo. I'll be out at Memorial Field for the last softball home game of the season. We'll be broadcasting that versus Platte Valley on Monday. Make sure to keep up with our coaching interviews. Andrew and I, Sports Central, midweek on Wednesdays, live at 5:30. That way we cover everything. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube so you can always catch us whenever we go live or have something new coming on. Big thanks to Green Hills Insurance, our post-game sponsor. Want to mention all of our sponsors here on Bulldog Sports TV. O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings, Harrison County Community Hospital, Little Claire's Garden, Green Hills Insurance, Petty John Auto Center, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, the Bethany Rotary Club, Bethany Building Center, United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, El Nopal Authentic Mexican Food, BTC Bank, Hidden Acres Cabins, Shelter Insurance, Shane Jones of Bethany, Bethany Fuel Depot, the Body Shop 24-hour fitness center. So a big thanks to all them. Andrew, I appreciate, as always, your time. Big thanks to everyone that watched. We had a great crowd. In fact, I think our biggest live crowd that we've had all season tuned in tonight. And I know we had a number of people watching from Brookfield as well. All the family sponsors, we appreciate you. So for Andrew Sweat, CF Rainey saying good night from South Harrison. Again, 23-6 win over Brookfield. Make sure to check out all of our interviews and content on YouTube or Facebook.